Sorry, I was late because I was busy putting on my do-rag. Even though I'm black, I don't know how to put on a do-rag, so it took a minute to figure out. But thank you for the donation that I already got from DW, 4.99 super chat. Thank you for your um, compensation for my trolling. I unfortunately got stuck in purgatory with the yellow dollar sign, and I uploaded multiple versions of the video to YouTube, and they monetized every single version except for the one that was public to this day. So it's been like a week, and I would have waited, but it was becoming more of like a burden to wait that long because I had already shown my patrons, because on Patreon I show videos early, and I also felt bad that Lauren Southern was getting a lot, and she was telling me that she wanted to address it that day, so I went ahead and released it anyway. So that's why I released it, even though it was still under review for monetization. So with that said, I do appreciate all of the tips to help crowdfund that video, because ads aren't really running on it unless it's YouTube Premium, which is basically nothing when you get yellow dollar signed. He's gonna sue for impersonation. Yeah, I'm literally stealing George's identity right now by putting on a do-rag. Baby girl, how do you like me in my do-rag? Did I tie it right? I don't think I did. I love that song from Thundercat. That's one of my favorite songs. It's so good. Anyway, a lot has happened since that video, and everything that I expected to happen pretty much did. And he is coping and seething nonstop. He is full on, George is full on having a melty. Like, I've never seen anything like this, or at least not in a very long time. You know, in the last time I saw something like this? Well, first, let me pull this up and show you. Okay, so we have this. This is him quote tweeting this video that basically was this guy calling the Dallas police on me to make a police report that I quote unquote had CP, when clearly it was made up. Like, why would I actually have to have pictures of myself underage to make it up for an email for a video? That doesn't make sense. So here is let me move my camera. Here's him quote tweeting it, saying, "How to catch a predator at Brittany Venti. Better lawyer up." And basically, they've never heard of, like, it's so funny because he says to catch a predator, but like Chris Hansen literally did the same thing. So essentially they're arguing that Chris Hansen should go to jail. And not only that, but he tagged me, but he has me blocked on Twitter. Like, why would, this is another boomer moment from George. Why would you tag someone that you have blocked? Like, is he trying to pretend he doesn't have me blocked and that he's like badass or something? Look, there you go. Blocked. Yeah, he breaks like a twig under pressure. He really can't take the criticism at all. It's a common thread with these people. Same thing with Pearl and Eliza Blue too. They go to block and they pretend it's harassment. Meanwhile, a lot of the time, these people that do that are the ones harassing too, such as trying to take my livelihood away. Thank you, Jake, for the $5 super chat. I tried to watch his shitting and farting response video, but I'd rather watch you instead to summarize. Yeah, I saw 90% of it. I couldn't finish it before the stream. I saw like the beginning. There's like a small like 10-minute point I didn't see, but I saw like 90% of it on 2x speed. But I'll talk about that. I have a few points in that stream I want to talk about. DW499 super chat, and then nameless Wallaby 199. Thanks for proving Rolo is nothing but a coward. Yeah, and also he openly just lied to his audience, and it's crazy to see people in his chat defend him. It's like, he's willing to lie to you. He pretended he had news that never existed. just because I pretended to have them in the email. He was never sent anything. Like, no naked bodies of any kind. These things never existed. And as for the part where he's crying about a lot of things. He's crying about me saying, hey, she's 17, do you still want them? Even though, again, like, Chris Hansen like did this, and he thinks this is illegal. He literally thinks this is illegal. And he said this on stream, like, oh, I'm gonna make a police report, gotta lock her up. And he retweeted all these things about locking me up. Like, he retweeted this, for example. Like, a Photoshop of me looking pretty good, actually, in orange, because it's my color. That's your color. From the Shearer video. Put him in orange. Gotta put him in orange. Anyway, like, I love how the AI straightened my hair, though. Like, 2 things AI can't do, I guess. Hands and curly hair. Like, and this person made a bunch of them. They actually think I'm going to jail for trolling on the internet. You know when the last time I saw this? The last time this happened on the internet, you guys have to be one of the old friends on the internet to remember this moment. But it was one of the funniest and saddest things to happen. Okay, do you guys remember this? Hold on, I have to find the original version because there's a bunch of people like responding to it. They made a mix of it. I don't want to get copyrighted for it. Here it is. I found it. Okay, look at this. The last time that someone threatened to call the cyber police was when 4chan trolled this little girl called Jessie Slaughter. It ended up pretty sad because her dad died, and I think she like got into some things, and like she grew up to be. She looks like she transitioned. I don't know if she did, but like bad things basically happened to her. But this is essentially what happened. This is Rollo Tomasi. I mean George.
Okay, you guys, this is Jessie Slaughter, and
you know what?
I just want to say that you guys have ruined my life. First,
I'm going to tell you right now, this is from her father. You bunch of lying, no good punks. And I know who it's coming from because I backtraced it. And I know who's emailing and who's doing it. And you've been reported to the cyber police and the state police. So you better write one more thing or screw with my computer again. You'll be arrested.
If you show my daughter's public pageant account, you'll be arrested.
In the conversation from her father.
You wrote it fucking gonna come and beat her ass.
And if you come near my daughter, guess what? Consequences will never be the same. You lying bunch of pricks.
Literally him on his stream.
My house has been like this ever since everybody's been posting stuff about me, okay?
Rollo's household after his wife finds out he's trying to get revenge porn of girls on the internet that he obsesses over.
I am personally
I
torn.
live in PC.
I am torn. I have been having emotional breakdowns one after another for the past, like,
You've been
3
sick, you
days.
can't sleep, you can't eat because of them
Yes.
That's Rollo's, that's George's hype men in the background from his last stream. He had a bunch of hype men on his stream. That's them in the background.
You guys are just basically tearing me apart right now. I am crying my eyes out.
This is George crying.
Please just stop hating. You guys are ruining my fucking life.
Literally him. Hold on. I want to play, okay, I think it's fine. But yeah, you guys get the point. That's essentially when the last time this type of thing happened on the internet. And it's been pretty funny going through his melties. But before we get into that, I just want to do a quick shout out to Reed Street Soap. you guys know that there's the Bimbo Bar collection. If you have a woman you care about in your life, or perhaps you just like smelling like a fairy princess Barbie doll or something, you know, go ahead. But there's also soaps for men as well. Those are just the ones I helped design. And then there's a bunch of these ones. Like these 3 are new and they all smell really good. Or rather, this is the new one of that one because she updated the formula. And recently, Michelle has been going through a lot. That's the person that makes these because her mom passed away recently. And, you know, she does such a good job making soap, and she wanted to make one in honor of her mom. It's not out yet. It's going to be a jasmine one, but RIP to Michelle's mom. She's really talented and really great to work with. So, you know, check out Reach Street Soap. Give her... At least check out the website. It smells really... I've gotten nothing but positive reviews from people who have tried it, so... Yeah, maybe I'll drop the soap bar in prison. Oh, Dama Chinsen Gon 10 R dollars? Brittany cooking this bum. He kind of wears a do-rag like one. It's very, very like trashy ghetto behavior. It is. It's very ghetto. It's very like, as Anna said last night, she called him a, like, you know how people say you look like a used car salesman? She was like, George looks like, just have his face up for a second so we can see who we're talking about here. That George looks like a used trailer park salesman. like he sells trailers. I thought that was so funny. I was lurking last night. Why does he even wear it? Is he balding? I showed a video of him where he didn't have the do-rag on in the first video. I think it was Destiny who said he looks like the Crypt Keeper. Something like that. I think that was the comparison he made. Hold on. I feel like changing the Sonic. Alexis Carson, $5 super chat. Keep fighting, good fight, moral honesty and journalistic integrity. Bimbo power. Thank you. Will the degenerate boxing fan Lynch $9.99 super chat. I'm not sure why you're so hated from people for having opinions or asking you simple questions that got you banned from Twitter. Anyhow, hope you've been doing well. Glad to see you reinstated on X. Yeah, but terminally shadow banned. You can't even find my account when you search it, and it hasn't been fixed yet. It's because my account has the Marcus sensitive media thing disabled. Like the legacy Twitter staff went in my account and literally disabled it, so I can't toggle it on and off. Spectral Citizen, thank you for being a member for 63 months. The FBI has been notified. I'll see you in court. You done goofed. Yeah, I done goofed. Some dip, $2 super chat. It's pronounced Orange? I can't see that. Lily, $2 super chat. Venti exposed the fraud. That was not 45 minutes. And last couple, Bro Jogan, $2. Thank you. Jake, $5 super chat. I tried to watch his... Oh, yeah, I read that one. Okay, I think I'm caught up. And thank you, Nick C. from LA, $10. Britt, I gotta be honest, wasn't a fan of your content when you came into Debate Sphere years ago. But holy shoot, you are killing it in your recent videos. Legit proud of you. Glad you found your niche in the streamer world. This one is for the Rolo TD. Oh, like takedown. Thank you. And thank you everyone who donated offline too. I appreciate it. Again, the video isn't really getting ad rev because it's in yellow $ purgatory. So it's already got 150,000 views or so. And I didn't really get much ad rev off it because it's under like not suitable for ads. So this really does help recoup the cost of that. If you enjoy my trolling, consider tipping. And I should sell headbands. It's times like this we need Medicare. I know. I thought the same thing. Thank you for the $2, Troy H. Okay, so there's a couple of things that I want to go through his Twitter feed. So I don't even know where to start. There's so many things. So I think it's really funny that people are essentially going to troll him in emails until the end of time. Like today he was reading email and he's like, yeah, essentially he's going to just get trolled to the end of time. He will never be able to believe any email ever again. And it's like, people are essentially, including George himself, are blaming me for his fall. In this whole thing, the gist that you will see in this is that George cannot take responsibility despite being a masculine figure, which is ultimately a make or break in masculinity, is how much responsibility can you take? How much strength do you have to carry the weight of things? And clearly he can't, because all he does is blame me and Lauren, and it's really funny to watch. And apparently at some point he said that Laura and I were part of the Matrix. So I was like, oh no, not the Matrix. So this is part of his tanty he had. So this was his like initial reaction to finding out it was the troll email that we sent him, that he went and gossiped everywhere about. So apparently these medical records were a grandiose trolling on the part of Lauren Southern, Brittany, Venti, and Destiny. So they won't mind me making these fake documents public now. What's with the quotations? Like, was he in denial? Well played. I even took these to a medical professional and they said it looked legit. You know what's so funny? On his stream, I'm gonna see if I can find it really quick, because I didn't get a chance to like make every single timestamp because I had to watch on 2x in a stream, because his stream was kind of close to mine with me having to prep for mine. But what's so funny is he's like, I took it to a professional. Guys, I want you to guess who the source was that was the professional. Let me see. No, it's not there yet. I can't search for it yet because the transcript's not up. His stream's too recent. Guess who, though? You could fact check this yourselves. His wife. His wife was the one that fucking fact checked it. Source my wife. I'm dead. Like it's the gift that keeps on giving. Truly, WebMD wife. And he somehow is like, see, like I love how he'll take things and make him look worse and prance around with it. So this was part 2 of his little tanty he had. So he had just like a complete emotional breakdown, and like he almost went into psychosis, I want to say, because he was just in denial. Like he was not in reality. And I'll show you why in a second. So to be clear, it was Lauren emailing me as someone else talking about how she had been pregnant. Then it was Venti using the same tactic to bait me with the email she sent as someone after Lauren. Why? Just to troll me? People go on the internet and just lie? Why would you go on the internet and just lie like that? I would never, said George. Meanwhile, it does literally this whole thing kind of prove that he does. Especially like with the whole, like, you could say, oh, well, he just fell for your bit. But he also lied about having nudes. He just straight up lied to his audience and pretended he had nudes that did not exist, that I made up. This is a foolish move because they both knew I would talk about them in a negative way. Having read those emails and possibly spread misinformation about them afterward, which is what their emails were in essence. Again, he cannot take any responsibility. You will notice this continuously. Furthermore, Destiny issued some 10K challenge to bait me into posting what I believed was legitimate medical records that he knew were forgeries. So now you have Destiny coordinating all this. This is the level of OCD these individuals have, but why would Lauren, Venti, and Destiny purposely decide to put themselves in a negative light? Ooh, I wonder why. Because it's a troll, maybe? Oh my god. Because I know something they didn't want revealed and needed to discredit me. They didn't want revealed. What did he have to reveal about me? Clearly, he will just take any information. You can't really take him seriously. Am I that dangerous that they need to create a months-long hoax to shut me up? You know what's so funny about this? Let me pull up Lauren's email again. Do I need to pull this up again to highlight to you guys? This is the email he's saying took OCD and so much effort. Let me pull up Lauren's email really quick. You tell me if this took OCD and perfectionism to be trolled by, okay? Your content has made a huge difference in my life personally. I'm divorced, have to pay child support even though they took my kid from me. But I'm on my way to becoming a high value male thanks to you and others. You were right. You were right the whole time. After spreading lies in her recent video, I'm finally reaching out to you. As you can imagine, this is personal for me. What she did to her husband is what happened to me. Fuck her and fuck these fake fucking e-thoughts everyone keeps making excuses for. This is war. That took perfectionism and OCD. And what about the over 9,000 part of my email? Was that also perfectionism and OCD? Like, it was super obvious. What do you mean? It's like we've purposely made it sloppy too, by the way, because if we made it too good, then it's not a funny troll. Then it's like, oh, anyone could have fallen for it. We purposely, or at least I did, I'll speak on my behalf, but obviously Lauren wrote this one in a way where it literally seems like satire and it's pretty obvious. But mine was sloppily written on purpose to include like not over 9,000, like things he should have caught on to instead of just believing a random person. And also, like, at the bottom, please respond so I know you're getting this and let's bury this bitch. Like, he's like, yes, this was perfectly crafted like a Greek statue. No, you're just not very, how should I say this in a nice way? You're not very intuitive. So then he had another LT. Oh, also, him talking about, oh, and Destiny joined in. So there's this one. Okay, this is all day, like yesterday. He's just having a melty. Lauren Southern and Brittany Venti didn't have the creative intelligence to come up with such an elaborate thing as forging medical records over 2 months with the intent to humiliate me. Yeah, he's the victim, guys. He went around spreading false information about both of us. Okay, going around gossiping like little girl, including today on his stream, by the way, where he's having gossip at the girls' lunch table with his hype men in the background, his hype girlies, and victimizing himself. This was an attempt by Destiny to put me in prison. Let me just say right now, I don't know how much involved Destiny was with Lauren's email. I'll explain the timeline in a minute, but Destiny did not have involvement with my email. My friend who gave me the photos to put in the email of like the group hangouts, and he had that involvement. And then Think Before You Sleep, Sean also had some involvement in terms of like, I wrote it and then Sean kind of like tweaked it here and there. So like he's essentially though coping that he can't come to terms with the fact that 2 women trolled him. Like he has to cope. He has to make things up. Like Sean overviewed it, but I wrote the email. I wrote like 95% email, and I have to get my old phone to get it up. You guys remember my phone broke, but I actually vlogged a little bit of it, of like us talking about it, what we would put in the email when I was in New York. And then here's Rolo again saying 100% confirmed. Destiny is the instigator in all of this. Yeah, Destiny's the mastermind. He cannot come to reality. Like he is in a state of mental breakdown. He is like having, he's removed from reality. It's like a psychosis moment. Like obviously I'm not a doctor. I'm not literally diagnosing him, but like he's losing his mind over the fact that women came up with this. Like he actually refuses to believe it. Sean said, I take full credit for figuring out how to incorporate the it's over 9,000 in the email. Oh yeah, true. He did. That was a big part of the email of like how funny it was. And also, I'm going to go over the timeline really quick. So here's what happened. And Sean's in chat. He was here for this whole thing. Think Before You Sleep. So I was already working on a Rolo video because he claims to be the head bitch of the manosphere, right? And the manosphere has a lot of things wrong with it, and they essentially act like the people they criticize, which is woke feminism, specifically the people who are anti-free speech, censorship, do malicious tactics that will censor you, etc. And so Rolo was a really good example for that, because he was guilty of doing all of these tactics that I really find a lot of the time immoral and not really for free speech at all. And so Lauren calls me and Rolo comes up in the conversation. And then she's like, what if you sent him, because I was telling her, well, I'm making a video on him. And she was like, what if you like sent him an email? Because we were just like cracking jokes. What if you sent him an email just to see how much he would believe? Because he made a bunch of false statements about Lauren Southern's situation. And I know that too, because Lauren had showed me some of her documents before her video came out, including the court documents, like of the things that were in the documents, the things that her husband did, etc. And that a lot of it she omitted from the video and really like put it very nicely. She was very nice about her husband in the video. I'll put it that way. And so after she showed me the documentation for that and like what it said in the court documents and everything, she was like, he will literally believe anything. You should send him an email. Like, what if you did that? And I was like, that's a great idea. So then I took my time to craft this email. And then some weeks had passed because I went to New York and I was asking my friend there if he could give me the photos and everything. And then by the time I was done crafting the email, over time, it was just like a little bit here and there. It really didn't take that much effort. I purposely made it sloppy so that he can't be like, well, anyone would have fallen for it. And then I get a call from Lauren and she's like, oh, I sent my email. And I was like, you sent an email? Well, I'm about to send mine. So like I waited like a day. And so we both had emails sent to George. And then I was like, oh my God, he fell for yours. Later on, she told me, and he went on No Jumper to explain how he had the evidence, the undeniable proof that Lauren Southern is the world's biggest slut. And we were watching this dying. And I was like, oh my God, I wonder if he's going to fall for my email too. Because that would be so funny for the video that, oh, hi, Anna. Yeah, I just brought up your trailer salesman joke. It was so funny. Very accurate. And she trolled him successfully. So that already was like funny enough to conclude the video. But I was like, oh, but I hope he falls for mine. Maybe he'll like, because he didn't respond at that point. I was like, oh, I bet he'll respond after I drop the video. So then he did. And he fell for it. And I was like, no way. He fell for it twice? 2 times? You fell for the let's get this bitch? Oh no. So that's pretty much the timeline of how that happened. Lauren had suggested it. I was already making the video. And then I was like, that actually is really funny. And then we both ended up sending emails. And they both ended up working. And he wants to blame everyone else but himself for it. For falling for that. For not doing some basic fact checking. Like there's this about the Matrix too, by the way. He retweeted this saying that Tate is an easy target. But you can't forget all of us pariahs are telling guys that positive masculinity and sexual strategy is never going to be popular. Yeah, I mean, Rolo will be, I think George will be popular for being a fool, you know? For being gullible and spreading misinformation so confidently and being a little gossip girl. You know, he'll be known for that. He really thinks it's because it's a moral issue. And I addressed that in the first video, but it's clearly not a moral issue that he's not popular. He's just not that interesting, aside from like being a wool cow, of course, and getting milk from that. And he's not that good of a content creator. Simple as. Of course, there's the algorithm aspect, but, you know, some people still make it and others don't. And I doubt he's that terminally shadow banned on YouTube when people that are just like him are more popular than him. Glenn, and I bet it kills him inside to know that. Glenn Lawrence, thank you for the $4.99 super chat. So breaking laws now called trolling. Got it. What law did I break? You see these like simps for George. They're like, you We're calling the cyber police. You broke the law. What law did I break? Is there a law against trolling? There's a law against me clearly doing something for a video. I even said in the video, I made the nudes up. He lied to you guys. He went on his stream. Okay, there's no disputing this. He went on his stream and said he had my nudes. Unfortunately, he acted like he's grossed out by it, like he had it. He said he had them, said he would send the revenge porn to other people, and lied to you guys directly. Do you think that's his first time lying to you? Let me ask you that. I didn't break any law. And if you listen to the video he retweeted, that guy was literally being told by the officer when he asked the first time that it wasn't illegal to pretend to like, especially if it's for my job, for video creation. It clearly was for that. There is no CP. It doesn't exist. I'm gonna get in trouble with the law for something that doesn't exist. What are you gonna arrest me for? You gonna call the cyber police? You gonna backtrace it? Thank you for the $50 super chat, BM. This is the cyber police. We came to investigate about some suspected bimbo operations going on here. We received the report from someone named Granny Rollo, the grandmother of the man Osphere. The man Osphere. But yeah, you're so right. This is literally me. Literally me. Yeah, well, I don't get the impression he likes women, Allie. Mahandra fan, $10 Australian dollars. A lady outsmarting a gentleman is illegal. It can't be. It must be destiny. The dashing rogue 499 super chat. Abu Tate and not so curious George need to share a zoo. He was so happy he thought you were nudes. Yeah, he was doing victory laps. Now it's suddenly, woo, I'm a victim. Ooh. Wah, nobody watches me. I'm a victim. It's all Brittany Venti's fault. Wah, these manipulative women. Meanwhile, like, he's trying to spin this into a victim narrative. Who's really the manipulative one? Hold on, let's go through this Melty really quick before I watch his video, his stream. Oh, also, very ironic. Cancel culture is not for just the wokesies. He's acting like he got canceled. Like as if this is just the people the blue-haired crazy leftists that are canceling him. It's everyone laughing at you, George. Everyone's laughing because it's funny. Because you were gullible and you don't fact check and you just go around gossiping about people, acting like you're a moral superhero. It's not just for the wokesies. Meanwhile, if you watch my first video on him, he literally says he will get people banned for having people on that he doesn't want on. So if you invite him on and then you don't tell him that you're inviting someone else on that he doesn't like, he will start saying the N-word or like whatever necessary about the Germans, for example. He said the Germans example. I'm giving the N-word as the example. And he said he'll basically get you deplatformed. But oh my God, I'm getting canceled. Guys, they're canceling me for my own actions that I did. Where I asked for revenge porn and seeked it out. And I saw in his stream, he tried to dispute this by saying that, oh, he didn't ask for it. He said no. We're going to go over the email in a second. Because that's not true. And I will pull up the full email for you guys to see for yourselves. Oh, here is more of his seething, by the way. Person's like, I bought your books and I'm a fan of yours, Godfather. Don't get distracted from your higher mission. And he actually entertains this. He's like, yes, I am the Godfather. Oh, no, I'm not. I'm not going to get distracted from my mission. But now the disingenuous rats have made themselves obvious for everyone to see. Yeah, George single-handedly exposed us that we were trolling. It's not like I made an entire video about that or something. Not a cult, by the way. Yeah, it's definitely not a cult. Calling him Godfather and he's just like jerking off about it. Oh my goodness. And then he's just siding with any person that will trash me, like no matter who they are. If you actually go through his timeline. Here we go. Is more not taking responsibility, by the way. Is it rational to gossip? And then Mr. George replies, is it rational to go to such lengths to create an elaborate hoax? Anybody but himself takes the blame. It's no you. No you. Very masculine of him. And then he also did these, like, I think this was part of his, like, coping meltdown where he, like, started posting a quote of himself that he made on Instagram. It's like the Instagram font. The frame you set up in the beginning of the relationship will establish the tone of the future of that relationship, by Rollo Tomasi. Yeah, I don't think you're the first person to discover that one. Durag homie over here thinks he invented the wheel. He thinks he's so deep for this. Something that this has been said a million times over. This is like one of those first things you learn when it comes to dating. Like once you get experience in, he's like, yeah, look at me. I'm pursing my lips with sunglasses. Aren't I so cool? Aren't I literally Andrew Tate? I think I'm Andrew Tate. I want to be cool like him. I'm not calling him cool. I'm saying from his perspective. I'm a high value male. Hold on. Did you guys know that how you act at the beginning of a relationship sets up how the rest of a relationship goes? Buy my book. And then, speaking of buying his book, somebody put this on Amazon. The Irrational Male, the Case Against Rollo Tomasi. I want to know what's in it. I didn't get a chance to check, but that was a good little bit. And also, by the way, I'm not the only one who's going to jail, apparently. Apparently, Lauren Southern's also going to jail because George seems to think that she is a healthcare benefit program. He didn't even bother reading the full text. He said, I don't know how it works in Canada, but in the US, she's going to jail for 5 years. It literally says if you falsify information and you are a healthcare benefit program and you make false fraudulent statements about your patient. But damn, I hope Lauren looks good in orange too. I don't know. It's hard to compete. He literally retweeted this. It's the Matrix. And, where's that Melty? There's this tweet of him retweeting. He was retweeting a lot of things. Anybody who would side with him. Like, literally, you could be a predator and he wouldn't even care. As long as you're like, wow, you're literally the Godfather. He retweeted Ryan Stone. It's easy to break the law so long as no one pays attention to you. This is literally something a teenage girl would do. She just starts, like, retweeting, like, passive-aggressive things. And then he tweeted in response to someone saying that this isn't just internet shenanigans. Yes, it is. They're trying to get you arrested. I think you should hire a house painter to retaliate. And Rollo said, exactly, it's not a troll. It's criminal collusion. George here thinks that trolling is criminal collusion. And he's pulling laws out of his ass that don't even apply to the situation whatsoever. About CP that doesn't exist and thinking that Lauren Southern is a healthcare program. Criminal collusion. Trolling Trolling George, the gossipy grandma, is criminal collusion. Look how he victimizes himself retweeting this. They tried to gaslight and destroy Rational Male. You know what's interesting? It's almost like that wouldn't have happened if you didn't just believe every internet rumor you ever read. It's almost like he's a grown man who has control over his own actions, but isn't actually that masculine because he can't take responsibility. Like, he'll pretend he does. He'll say the one sentence, like, at the end of his stream, like, yeah, you know, they got me. But meanwhile, the entire stream, he's blaming everyone but himself. And, by the way, I'll get to the super chats. I'm just going through these because it was really funny. Okay. So, by the way, big thing here, big point to be made. He complains about the revenge porn and, oh my God, you set me up. Here's the thing, guys. He was pretending that he had my revenge porn, right? And he's pretending he's going to send it out to people. He's lying to his audience directly, knowing that he doesn't have this, right? Because I made it up. But the thing is, let's say he did have the nudes, right? Like, let's say, like, this email were real and it wasn't me trolling. This is the actual email, and he actually had this revenge porn of me. How would he know how old I was in the porn, in the revenge porn? How would he know? There's no timestamp on it. Someone could just lie and say, oh, this person was above 18. They could literally be 14 years old. They could be 11. Girls get their periods at like 9, 10, 11 in America. It happens. So, and that's when you start developing breasts and things like that, and get your period and hair and all that. So how would he know how old I was if he had those? But he's like, no, you set me up. No, it's due to your own irresponsibility that you didn't realize that you wouldn't have even known how old the person was in those photos. I've literally seen people lie about news, claiming that they're underage just to get people taken down. Let me go over his stream now that we went through that. And I'm going to show the full email too when it's relevant. Actually, before I go into his stream right here, I just want to get through some super chats. I don't want them to pile up too much. Where was I? Thank you so much, guys, for helping out with the this email thing was since June. It was a lot of time. It wasn't like a lot of effort to actually do the email, but it was a lot of time, and making the video itself obviously does take some effort. So I do appreciate you guys helping out, considering that I didn't get much ad rev from the video because YouTube has it on the yellow dollar sign, because I don't know why. I don't know why they decided to do that for like a week still. Yeah, I know there's cat hair. I didn't get a chance to like lint roll it. It's actually harder to get off than you think because of the texture. You can't just like even with the lint roller, it doesn't really get it. Where was I? So yeah, thank you again for all the support. Okay, I think I found my place. John, $5 super chat. Georgina, the Mano Granny, looks like a Commissioner Jim Gordon did meth instead of the Academy. Thank you. Troy H, $2 super chat. It's time. Oh, yeah, that we need Medicare. Jacked and Stacked, $4.99 super chat. Rolo is the type of dude who gets his personality from the bad boy main character of romance movies. Yeah, George would be the guy who's like one of the hype men in the background. So he's like excited now that he doesn't have to be the hype man on his own stream. Wait, what did you say, Sean? ASMR my cleaning stream. Oh, could you hear that? I forgot. Because I don't hear myself through the mic. Blaha the Pair, $9.99 super chat. I'm going to ask this respectfully. Why do you have so many male friends? I have a lot of female friends too. Like, I have an entire Discord of female friends. And because I guess men are more like online and have the same interests, So I guess like that will tend to happen. But I don't like, personally, I don't hang out with like there's a certain like dating code. I guess it depends like on what your personal terms are for a relationship. It doesn't automatically mean like, oh, you're a hoe if you don't do this exactly the way I do it. But for me, I try not to like hang out with guys like one-on-one that are like someone that would like someone in your dating age group, that type of thing. Like if it's inappropriate, like, oh, you're in a room alone with them, I don't do that. If I hang out with guy friends, it's actually in a group, and I don't see why Sean wouldn't be there as well. Maybe if there was like an exceptional thing in particular that's like really quick, maybe that would happen. But like generally, I don't hang out with guys one-on-one. They're trying to diss Sage. Sage was a part of the reason this troll on Rolo worked. We were hanging out in groups in New York. I don't know why people would assume otherwise, but for example, why did you bring third wheel? It wasn't a third wheel. These were generally like group hangouts. Also, I've known him for like, how long? 6-7 years. $5 super chat from Henajir. This level of con reminds me of the Sting epic movie, epic troll, epic con. Thank you. Award show, $2. I already read that one. The mic hair. Bugga off, $5 Australian super chat. Rodavul 507, $10 super chat. You should do a series of the guy who calls himself the president of the manosphere, a guy called Anthony Johnson. He is borderline psycho and worse than Rolo. They hate each other. I don't know about that person. Did you hear from his lawyer yet? No, Nina. Hi, Nina. I did not. Newton Country, $5 super chat. I think the obvious next step for George is to create a garbage art project called She Will Not Divide Us. He's acting just like them, too. Like the lefties that lost their mind start physically attacking people at Wendu. He's acting just like them with how he's lashing out and is like trying to cancel me and then crying like, oh, the cancel culture. Meanwhile, he made like a tweet about, oh, her YouTube channel won't be there tomorrow. Let me see if I can find it. I have it saved somewhere. Is this one? I didn't have time to perfectly organize because there just wasn't enough time before the stream. But he was like, oh, her YouTube channel won't be a problem tomorrow. Literally complaining about cancel culture. It sucks that Twitter, by the way, got rid of like incognito viewing. So like now I have to like log into an alt to like view people's tweets, which is why it's inconvenient to do it right now. The Red Mask channel 499 super chat. Brittany, you are a genius. Well, I have Lauren to thank too for coming up with the idea, and Sean added the 9,000 joke and a couple tweaks. But you know, George will take that and be like, "See, 2 women couldn't have possibly trolled me." Bebe, thank you for the sponsor. What are they called on YouTube? Sponsors. Thank you for becoming a simple simp. Every simple simp makes George very angry. My favorite part about the video is the outfit changes. What, like this? Thank you for noticing the attention to the detail. He definitely has sassy femme energy. Neurotic, sassy femme energy. Yeah, George does. Some dip $5 super chat. How soon until we find X-rated videos of George a la Jack Murphy? They both have the same type of, we have a cult type of thing and are kind of irrational and snap out at people for trolling them and lose their minds. Very similar case. I don't know anymore. 499 super chat. Blair White isn't a woman. Why do you partake in this? It would be pretty weird to like see someone who literally looks like a female and then constantly have to go he. Like my brain naturally when I see Blair goes she, because I've watched Blair since she had like 20,000 subscribers. So like my brain is like programmed to say she when I look at Blair my brain goes she. So I'm going to say what my brain goes to first. I'm not going to go out of my way to be like, oh, he. I would say he if that was the first thing. But when I look at Blair, my brain goes, oh, she. Also, it does make sense. Like, what if you're talking to other people and you're like, oh, that person over there, him. And then it looks like a woman. They're like, what? Like, Blair's very passing. So it's a little weird or inconvenient, at least for me. Maybe not for other people, but to me. Blair is passing and my brain registers as she. Laughing Dog, thank you for the $50. Take a shot at the queen, but not miss. Wait, take a shot at the queen, best not miss, son. Very impressed. Thank you. Gear Shift. I hear the girls are really liking the soaps, by the way. Yeah, I've got really good messages about it. Like, even Shu the other day, she messaged me and was like, I love the soap. I was like, thank you. But yeah, it's very feminine, the ones I helped with. She's coming out with more, but like I said, guys, Michelle, the woman who creates the soaps, her mom died recently. So, you know, she's been having a little bit hard time with that because she mostly does this on her own. She's very talented making these soaps. Like, I helped design and pick the scents and stuff for a few of them, but the other ones are like her efforts in doing that. Like, I can help with some designs, and I give feedback, too, on other designs, but, yeah. Cherish your parents, guys. Duality Night, $9.99 Super Chat. Go Supersonic for rest of life, please. For now. C Miles, $15 Super Chat. Well done. Thank you. Junior, $10 Super Chat. Excellent trolling. Rolo, also Sonic shirt's great. Thank you. It's finally getting the appreciation it deserves. I didn't get it the first time around when I wore it. $5 Super Chat from Engineer. He's been married for over 25 years, so 24 years of nofap. I don't know, something's fishy. CJ, thank you for becoming a member. Like, because the reason I say it's fishy is because, like, you're asking for a girl's revenge porn on the internet, but you're a married man. Like, that's something's fishy about that. You would not catch me doing that. Like, oh, like, here's this, like, guy who's, like, objectively attractive. I'm gonna go and, like, pursue his nudes and ask for it. Like, it's just weird to, like, for him as a married man to do that for a woman that's half his age. It's strange. And it clearly wasn't for, like, any sort of actual, like, legitimate purpose. He just wanted it to have it. He literally says in the email, I want it as an ace up my sleeve. Revenge porn, which is illegal. These people are like, you're going to jail, Venti. He literally asked for revenge porn. That's illegal. If anyone's would be going to jail for made up things, it would be him. $15 Super Chat from Turgon. Pretty interesting that this guy's married and has a daughter despite everything. Yeah. Peach Trees, but thank you. $5 Super Chat. Your content resonates with me so much. Great work. Also, definitely check out the soap. Thank you. Emily Monero, $4.99 Super Chat. These Manosphere men are really pathetic. I'm glad you're talking about it. Your makeup and skin in general looks so glowy and radiant. Thank you. The only thing that has helped my skin, and I use tretinoin for years, by the way. The only thing that's actually helped it is argan oil. I don't know why. I think it's the vitamin E or something. It is literally the only thing I have ever used that actually helped my skin. Would recommend. Fiery Patriot, $10 Super Chat. I also have makeup on, but like I don't use like heavy coverage type of stuff. You would still be able to see it. Like, my skin has improved a lot since I started using argan oil. And I made like a few adjustments to like supplements and things like that. But it's mainly the argan oil. Fiery Patriot, $10 Super Chat. Rolo is insecure. He uses software to make his voice sound bassy. Rolo's the definition of an insecure child. That would be like really... That's kind of like the girl version of like doing the voice. Like, please give me money, guys. I sound like a baby. I'm a lolicon. Ooh, like, it's like that. Will, $4.99 Super Chat. We're almost caught up, by the way. You're a genius. The man has to live with the fact he was outsmarted by a bimbo. That's so awesome. That's great. I agree. I'm gonna give myself props. The troll was funny. All right. Glenn Lawrence, 4.99 super chat. So breaking laws. I already read that one. Hennigier, $5. Jesse Irwin, $5 Canadian. This whole setup has been amazing. Awesome job. You should do a victory reunion stream with Destiny. I'm sure Rolo would love that. I wish I could have had Lauren on, but she couldn't come on. Bark Walmer. I am curious to ask Destiny, like, at what point he knew. Because he was talking about how he was trying to get him to do the 10K bet. Bark Walmer. Bark Walmer. $5 super chat. Best streamer. Thank you. Mahendra fan, $10 Australian dollars. Oh yeah, I read that one. Stinky Face, $2 Canadian. My username was inspired by this guy. Bub Sappy, $4.99 super chat. Burp before you sleep. Don't say that. Sean loves my burps. Okay, I'm gonna catch up with the rest after we watch this. There's only a few more. But I want to go through these points in the stream. I'm not gonna play the whole thing. But thank you again, guys, for all the support. It really helps with the video not getting monetized yet. Because most of the views, it's I don't know how many views it's going to get, but, like, most of the views I get are usually in the first 3 days. So that means, like, it's already done. YouTube already screwed me in that regard, but it's still worth it to me. It was still funny. It was still very entertaining. And it helps bring light to what kind of people these are that people are following. And ruining their own social lives, ruining their lives, demonizing women over people who act like woke feminists that go and try to censor people and cry about being censored or, like, canceled. And people who will directly lie to you, like Rolo did about my nudes. He didn't have to say he had them when he didn't. He just chose to lie to his audience. And he doesn't address any of these points, by the way. He walks around them. On Twitter, when we had our exchange, never addressed any of those points. I didn't have dinner, so excuse me for my eating. I'm gonna start here.
Cherry on the top of this fucking show. But let me also point out here that there's other things that went along with this. So now Brittany Venti has sort of she's figured out that I believe her that as being an anonymous source. So they tried to bait me that much more into releasing these medical records. I'm like, why the?
I mean, that would have highlighted that he's even more of a dim bulb, to put it nicely. But no, the point of this was to highlight that he doesn't research, and he will literally believe any rumor he sees and spread it and gossip like a little girl at the lunch table.
The fuck do they want me to release these medical records so damn bad? So every time I do a show, even on Access Vegas, when I'm on Access Vegas, I got people in the chat saying, when are you going to release the medical records? When are you going to? And I'm like, this show has nothing to do with it.
Well, then why say you have them also?
That shit. What are you even fucking talking about that, right? The reason for that is because they wanted me to release and to basically dox Lawrence so they would get their gotcha moment. I wasn't going to do that because I'm not stupid. I don't, and also, you know, it could have been, I mean, technically, if I'd been in the medical industry, it would have been a HIPAA violation, right? It would have been released.
And then there was this part over here.
All that to you. I guess it makes more sense now what they did to me, except Lauren. She's been nothing but nice to me, but now I'm at least a little curious if it was faked. Anyways, wow, just wow. And then
hey, I want to point out.
I got some other stuff, but anyways,
watch it. Look at the screen.
A big pattern. What we got? What's that? Read it out. I can't see it.
A man must have been behind it. No way two women could get one over on
Cope.
you, right?
I was just about to say that.
That's why I want.
Seething.
I posted this. Okay, so now I'm done. I posted this on
He literally thinks that women are incapable of trolling. That's actually what he thinks. A man must have been behind this. I mean, you can cope and see, but at the end of the day, it was two women who trolled you and got the best of you. and your better judgment, your non-existent better judgment.
Twitter when all this was going down. I'm like
I guess
between
I'm
the
trans
two of
now.
them, between Brittany and Lauren Southern,
Man,
they don't
must have
have the
done it.
collective creative intelligence to
Oh, but we did. Also, what is with his feet?
pull off something like this.
This is,
I mean, maybe Brittany
this is
does,
gross.
but like,
I don't want to see that. Can we?
It's
I'm gonna
this
censor
level
it.
of deviousness. It's
There you
this
go.
level of you know, deceptive. She's basically a fucking liar. All
Oh my god! Did you know? Did you guys know that Brittany Venti and Lauren Southern lied in their email? Did you know that they lied to? Did you guys know that? It's almost like the entire video was to laugh about that he fell for it because it was ridiculous. Also, the face one.
all these people are fucking liars. So when I'm looking at, like, I'm looking at Destiny saying, "Oh, I'll give you $10,000."
I don't know why he's not wearing shoes.
I'm not gonna take that bet because I can't possibly say that.
You guys
it
better
is because
donate or
I
I'm
don't
gonna
have a
uncensor it.
DNA
I'm gonna
test
move
to
my
say this is
camera.
your child, right? There's no child to be had, right? So I'm not gonna take some stupid ass bet, but I am now curious why that came out in the first place. Because to me, it's him.
I believe I don't know if I think on the timeline he said he would bet on, because I think the reason Destiny said that, because at some point toward the end Lauren must have told him she was trolling with the email because people kept asking about her pregnancy, so she probably didn't want Destiny to like say something and give up the troll before we revealed it. So I'm pretty sure Rolo said this himself first, because this was in the first video, or sorry, the second video, the one that just came out, where he said, I would bet $10,000 at Lauren Southern because I have her medical records. I have them. He said that himself, but he's trying to frame it as like, oh, look how evil Destiny is. Like, you literally spread lies about people even before this email, and then you want to play victim? You literally pursued my revenge porn, something that's illegal if it were real. But he tried to. He thought they were real.
Trying to bait me into really going public with medical records. If I do, I lose my channel. I even mentioned that. I said, I'm not going to go public with these. If you want to see them in person, I'll print them out and you can see them. If you think
I'm surprised he didn't lose his channel for threatening to send somebody's revenge porn.
I'm full of shit,
To
fine.
be honest.
That's not good enough. Now, let me point one last piece of the puzzle out here. Andrew Wilson was on live with Destiny, Erudite, and and then fucking Alex from Playing with Fire. Yeah, there's a cast of characters for you. And Andrew Wilson, by the way, Andrew Wilson, I'm going to go on his show at some point and just sort of like talk to him about this stuff. But Andrew point blank asked Destiny, "Did you fuck Lauren?" That's basically what he said. And there's like a 4-minute video.
What is this, high school? You gotta corner someone, be like, is this rumor true? Like, 'cause it's not even something serious. It's not like, oh, you know, a crime was committed. Like, hey, like, did you commit this crime? That's really serious. Or like, no, it's just like, did you have consensual sex with someone? Look at these gossip girls at the lunch table. I don't know, maybe this guy didn't know what he was getting into, but like George and his little backup bro in the background.
And I'm
Gossiping.
fairly convinced that that's
You'll hear him in a
what
second.
put
He's
all
not
of
on
this
camera.
in motion, because they've been waiting for 2 months for me to fuck up, and I didn't fuck up because I'm not going to do it. I'm not an idiot, right? I'm not going to post fucking nudes. I even said on my own fucking channel, I'm never going to post these nudes, even if I had these.
Now he's just lying. Go, if you want to fact check this, like the receipts are in the second video, the one that just came out. XOXO Gossip Girl. Yeah, so he's saying that, oh, I even said that if I had them, I would. He didn't say that. He said he had them. I have them, and they're gross. He lied to his audience and pretended he had my nudes. And then he said he was going to send it to another YouTuber and playing the evil laugh track. Why does he lie like this? You literally got caught on camera. Like, this goes to show people will lie even if they're caught on camera. That is insane. This is not something a normal person would do. Like, this is psycho. I wanted to share revenge porn with Undead Chronic. I did nothing wrong. I've never screwed up. They had to make stuff up. I know, that's essentially the takeaway from this stream, Sean.
Nudes, because it's fucking it would be revenge porn. I mentioned that. These are the things.
He's literally twisting the narrative anytime he can to like get away from the consequences.
These little children leave out of their hit piece videos to make you think that I got some fucking, you know, obsession with this bitch. Okay?
He's so mad. This bitch. It's kind of reminds me of like Scooby-Doo. Like, I would have got away with it too if it weren't for these meddling bitches. These meddling bimbos. They got the best of me. Oh, with their genius master plan. A man must have thought of it. So anyway, with the claim of, oh, like they're pretending that I was obsessed. They're misrepresenting it. We're going to pull up the email right now. Okay. So this is the email. And these are all of the emails that were there. So you have the first one that I already showed a screen cap of. But here you go. And that's the original one he read on the stream. These are all the attachments. It's just group hangout photos. There's no nudes here. And like I don't have time to open them and censor the faces, but I showed one and censored it on the video. And then I followed up with it like, bro, did you see the video? And then he was like, I did. Any dirt you have on her will be greatly appreciated. So he's asking for my blackmail, okay? Because he's mad that I criticized him for using censorship tactics, for acting like a woke feminist that he claims to hate. Now he has to go get my blackmail, right? But he's the good guy. He was just tricked into doing this, right? He took the bait. He's acting like, oh, like, she followed up with me. She chased me. You asked me out. Like, that's how he's acting. And yeah, he's like, I did. Anything you have on her, give me the dirt. Like, he was desperate for it. Look at that. He's hungry. He's hungry. Big appetite under that do-rag. And so he asks me, like, for the nudes and, like, my last name. And he's literally asking for my nudes here. You can see over here that I didn't even offer to give it to him initially. And I did this on purpose, by the way, because I wanted to see if he would ask for the nudes in the email. Because here's the thing. So when Lauren had already sent her, I don't remember if she had sent it yet or not. But essentially, when we were still in the talks about this, she was like, I think he's just a pervert. Like, I think he's into this drama because he's like a pervert and he's like fantasizing about it. So I was like, oh, I can test this theory. So at the last second, I added that little detail at the end of the email to see if he would ask for my nudes, because I didn't offer them, and that's on purpose. I just mentioned I had them. So then he's like, any dirt would be greatly appreciated. And then he follows up again. He double texts, okay? He's the one who double texts, okay? And he's like, oh, it was all her. Do you have those nudes Mason sent you? Like, he's literally asking. So I told him, I said, yeah, her name is blah, and I have her nudes on my old phone. And then, if you have, so this is the thread. So it goes from here, 2 questions, her name, nudes, and then, if you have those nudes, they might be a good ace card at some point if you're okay to share them. So he persisted in asking for my revenge porn. This is him persisting. I didn't offer initially. He asked for it first. He asked for it, and then he persisted in it. So then I responded with, great stream, man. Let me go through my phone and get you those nudes. Let me get you that revenge porn. Because I was trying to stall him until the video was released. Because at this point, I believe the video was still in yellow $ purgatory, or I was still working on it. Because this video has been in demonetized Purgatory for like a week now and still hasn't been reviewed by YouTube, by the way. All the other versions were reviewed, but the one that's actually public, getting the views, was not. So it's insane. So I was stalling a little bit, and then I was like, oh yeah, let me get those for you. And then I was like testing the limit, because I was like, because he doesn't even know like how old I am with these nudes. So like, I wonder if he would still want them if I were like hypothetically 17. Again, this is all made up. I'm just making this up to troll, to see like what he would do. And he was like, actually don't send them, not if she's 17. So he still wanted them. Don't send them, not if she's 17. He still wanted them. Okay, not if she's 17, but if she's not 17, I'll take them, right? He's pursuing the revenge corn. So this is third time. I'll take your word for it. I trust you, but I'm not going to knowingly accept underage nudes. Guys, Grandma George said that he trusts a hypothetical guy, and he's taking this guy's word for everything, for all this gossip, that offered him in a hypothetical, this is a troll, but that offered him, in George's perspective, CP. I trust you, random person on the internet that just offered me CP. What? So he would trust a guy who has underage pics, so like essentially legally of kids. This is someone you would trust and like go on your podcast and spread information about? It's insane. So now with that said, and then I replied and I like ghosted him. I was like, oh, I'm still looking for them, whatever. Like, oh, I wasn't sure. Like, let me see if, because Mason has his Snapchat. I think I could find them there. It's essentially what I said here. I'll move my camera so you can see. And I left it at that. Those are just drafts. They were never sent. But yeah, it ended with me ghosting him, which he lied about on Twitter. He was like, oh, I left her on red. Like, I can't believe that he thought that would make him look good, by the way, including those emails. I cut them from the video because they weren't as interesting, but also I knew that he would. Does he think that I wouldn't know that he would bring that up? Like, of course I know he's going to bring it up. And that was intentional, because I knew that if he brought this up, it's going to make it look worse. You're digging your grave deeper. Okay, you're going to show everyone that, no, I just tried to get someone's revenge corn, but I said no to 17-year-old revenge corn. You don't look good here, George. You literally said you trusted a potential pedo. Like, you look terrible here. And you still persisted in asking for the revenge corn 3 different times. You asked for it, and asked for it first. So I knew that he was going to bring it up. So I was like, oh, I can't wait for him to bring it up. And I was like, you really just snitched on yourself? That you said you trust a guy who would give you pics of a 17-year-old naked? CP? You would trust a guy who does that? Wow. Yeah, you sure showed me, George. You got him. I've been got. I've been had, guys. He exposed me, and I'm going to go to jail now for trolling him and doing literally what Chris Hansen did. I guess Chris Hansen's also going to go to jail, too. His email was hacked, Britt. Oh, man. So, wild. Okay, so I'm going to read a few super chats and then continue the stream, watching his stream. Excuse me. Okay. That was a pending one. Mitch Rizzo, $5 super chat. Brittany, I saw that you did that poor old little lady in her do-rag. How dare you? Please refrain from abusing the elderly. That was from Mitch Rizzo, and then Dragon Blade said with $2 a pittance, but I hope it helps. Thank you. Honestly, even if you guys become a $1 patron, it does help. Lawson Vog, super chat at $1. Ren, thank you. Ren Wesley, $5 super chat. Just wondering, when will you be doing more cooking streams? Maybe like in the fall. because I'm moving. Lawson Vaughn, $2 super chat. How'd you get that Sonic shirt? It looks pretty cool. It's actually from Depop. So like, I saw this on Depop and I was like, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen, but it's $50. And then someone donated $50 and I was like, bet. And I got it and I don't regret it. I wish I could replicate this though. It is pretty cool. It's autistic, but it's pretty cool. Katie 499 super chat. All I wanted to do was post revenge porn of her when she was 17. How dare she lie to me? It is insane, the mental gymnastics. Moonage Daydream 499 super chat. These men look embalmed. Preserve a corpse from decay. Oh, like you're in a casket. Guess that's part of getting older. Gia, $2 super chat. How is this guy even married? Lol, WTF. Well, we'll see if he stays married. I don't know. For me personally, if I found out someone was pursuing someone's revenge porn of some girl half his age on the internet, it would be pretty much over. Makai, thank you for the sponsorship. Thank you for becoming a simple simp. Amber Black 199 super chat. $10 G for you, Lauren and Rolo to go on whatever. To go on whatever? You have to see about that. I think that that George should pay the $10K, to be honest. He owes Lauren over $9,000, guys. All right, let's continue watching this stream. Oh, his foot's gone. It's okay, guys. I thought I accidentally flashed you guys his foot.
I got nothing to do with this shit. These are people who are coming to me trying to do takedowns. They're trying to bait me into...
Oh, it's them. They're trying to take me down, even though I ran around spreading rumors about Lauren Southern. Like, he did this before the email, and he's like, they came to me.
criminal fucking acts. That's what
So
they want.
mad.
It wasn't enough to
Seething.
get me to...
Look at him. He's literally teeth together, seething.
They probably figured out at some point I wasn't going to go public with the medical records. So what else can we do? How else can we get this guy? There are videos out there of how Destiny and I think Angela Knight and some of these defame.
Yeah.
And I'm glad to say I have the integrity to say no, doesn't matter. I don't even know what the statutes limitations are. I don't know what the fucking 17 might be the age of consent. Who fucking knows, right? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's an attempt to defame.
Yeah.
And I'm glad to say
Self-awareness level 0. Absolute 0. So he didn't attempt to defame or spout libel at all, right? It's not like he dedicated entire live streams to this or anything, spreading false information without any proof. And then the one proof he did get for Lauren Southern, he didn't bother fact checking. Oh, my wife looked at it. He literally didn't even check the numbers on the paper. It would have told him that it wasn't the right country. Lauren could explain it better, but she intentionally did that. She intentionally made it easy to fact check, and he still didn't fact check it.
I have the integrity to say no.
Yeah, the
you
rice
keep
cakes
those
are
fucking
corn-free.
things. The emails that she deliberately doesn't show you. She deliberately does this. These are who you're working for. That's when you have Destiny on your fucking show, Myron and Fresh. When you have Destiny on your show, Brian from whatever podcast. When you have anyone, Lex Friedman, you probably were right.
Guys, we're never gonna get platformed again because we trolled George. We trolled the grandma of the red pill. We're done in this business. Our days are over. Oh, for all of us, Lauren, me, and Destiny, it's over. Yeah, this is who you're platforming. Okay, and who are they platforming when they platform you? Someone who seeks someone's revenge porn, not knowing how old they are in said revenge porn, and then blatantly lying to their audience about having said revenge porn. and also someone who threatens to deplatform you if you have someone on that he doesn't like, which was addressed in the first video with the clip. Yeah, I'm thinking of the four of us. George here would be the last to be platformed for who's the least safe. Like, he's not going to be. He's
Right about
threatening to
that.
nuke people. Why
If
would you
you're having
platform
this
him?
dude on your show, understand that this is what these people are capable
Take your
of.
livelihood away.
That's what they will do.
But
They
look
will
at these other
manufacture
people.
this shit.
Not me though.
And right now they'll come back with another
Oh, what was that? What was that?
will do. They will manufacture this shit. And right now they'll come back
Manufacture it? You mean like how he did? This entire troll?
with another video. I know what's going to happen. So let me just head you off at the pass here. Okay. They'll come up with another fucking video and say, well, oh, here's Rolla being a diva again. Oh, he's paranoid. Oh, he's schizophrenic.
You're literally gossiping again. He didn't learn his lesson. He's gossiping again. Oh, he's being a diva. Yeah, you are. You gossip a lot. And you get really mad. And it doesn't pertain to any sort of like point or professionalism. It's just a personal vendetta.
Oh, he's fucking, he people are out to get him. He's paranoid. What? No, I'm not. I've got the shit right here. I just went and did this whole show.
Everyone's out to get
explaining
me.
all this.
I'm a little girl.
Because I
Please
have
protect
to.
me.
If I leave it alone,
Please
then
protect
people
old
are gonna say, oh,
grandma.
he's a creepy old guy. That's
Grandma
all.
Red
Even
Pill.
if that's all they get out of this, that's enough. That's enough to discredit and defame and to it's a libel, it's slander, whatever the fuck else, right?
Well, yeah, whatever else. That's what he's gonna go to court and say. Yeah, whatever else. But he doesn't think that he spouted libel and defamed anybody during this whole campaign of him saying, I know Lauren Southern is pregnant. The whole campaign of saying, I have Brittany Venti's nudes when he has no nudes. She like trying to literally defame my image in the sense of like, I'm a person who's very vocally anti-porn. So to say that I have porn would be like very hurtful to my branding, right? So to speak, to put it in very like cold terms. So he thinks that, and Destiny too, saying that Destiny impregnated a married woman, right? But he's the one who's the victim here. He's the one who's being defamed and spouted libel against and whatever else. Insanity.
Right. Anything to discredit you, anything to bring you down. That's what they're willing to do. Months long.
You guys are misandrist. Oh. You guys try to bring me down. You try to bring Queen down. You can't judge me. Oh.
In fact, they were growing impatient because I wasn't going to put it out. I don't know this for certain. This is just me speculating here. But when Glenn and I were at No Jumper in what is it, the end of June, I think is when.
Yeah, we were there at the end of June.
I've never been asked to be on No Jumper. I've never got the call.
Guys, he didn't get the call. It's because he's so moral in his integrity. They just want to keep him down. That's what it is.
You know what's funny?
Huh.
They had MLD, Sneeko, Destiny there,
and me on the same day.
All at the same time.
That's his backup groupie I was talking about earlier. His hype man, his hype woman at the gossip table.
Maybe it was a logistical error. Maybe something didn't work out the way they wanted to.
Really?
But by the way, I had I'm glad that it didn't work out the way it did because I had those printouts. I even showed you. I gave them to you after dinner.
Yeah,
I showed you the printouts.
I saw them firsthand in real life, and
I saw the fake documents firsthand, the ones that are printable online on the internet.
Look legit.
Yeah, I had.
Well, because you know what?
Guys, you don't understand. They looked legit, so therefore it's okay to spout libel and defame people hypothetically. It's actually okay because like they looked legit, and that's their fault. Okay, even though it's spreading propaganda against Lauren Southern way before this email. Oh, but you know what? This isn't my fault. Like, okay, so like. Do you think that's a get out of jail free card if you say, oh, they looked legit? You could have literally checked the numbers to see the country correspondence to that intake form, which is readily available on the internet to fill out. But like, no, it was the troll doesn't count. It looked legit. That email looked legit to you? Need I pull it up again? Need I pull up the email where it says, I'm gonna end those bitches. I'm tired of these fake fucking e-thoughts. Like literally a made up incel rant. Something out of just straight up satire. But no, it looked legit. Seems legit. Oh my goodness. It looked real, so therefore I'm still in the right.
Why? In my back pocket.
Even though I didn't fact check, I'm still in the right.
They were legit papers.
They are. Yeah, they were. They were
just because
forgery.
Oh my god. Oh my god, the coping. This is truly the biggest instance of coping and seething to happen on the internet in the last 10 years. The last decade.
Of legit documents.
Exactly. They just because they fraudulently
Rollo got rolled, 100%.
made this up. It's
Yeah.
all fake, but they were real papers.
Yeah.
It was real. It looked, but it looked me dumb to make me think it looked real. Okay, I'm gonna pull up the email again. I just really need to emphasize what he's saying looked legit. He read this and said, seems legit. I can send you a picture of her ultrasound. We keep hard copies. Please let me know. Please respond so I know you're getting this. Let's bury this bitch. Fuck her and all these fake fucking e-thoughts everyone keeps making excuses for. This is war. You were right. You were right the whole time. He literally thinks this person saying, she came into the clinic I work and got an ultrasound. I checked her in myself. He literally thought that this was real. But you don't get it, guys. It looked legit. So actually, it's not my fault for getting trolled. It was so legit.
They were. And by the way, other real papers is the protection order that I have against Lauren Southern and Aaron. I have those as well, which I'll still stick. And maybe if Aaron gives me the go ahead to make those public, I will, because that's not anything illegal. I can do that.
Oh my god, he doesn't learn his lesson. He's like, I can still gossip about this. I'm still in the right. I could still gossip the lunch table. He means the papers look legit, not the email. Yeah, but the email is where he got the form from. So if I got an email that was suspicious and it has like a paper attached to it, like a picture of a paper, like I don't even think it was a full scan. It was just a picture of the paper. And you read that email, you actually think, oh yeah, Lauren Southern went to this guy's clinic and he seems legit. Like he didn't even fact check. He didn't ask for a phone call. He didn't ask who this guy was. He didn't check the numbers on the intake form that's readily available online for him to check to see what country it's from. Nothing. But he believed the form. Anybody can print out that form on the internet and fill it with fake information. That's just called being naive. And not doing your due diligence. As somebody who's going around spreading gossip, she should know these things. Like he saw the email and was like, yeah, I bet this is legit.
I'd at least back up that side of the story right there.
You know, the one
Oh, I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit here.
be
She's not
trusted
who
for
you-
nothing.
she's not who she said she is. And if you
Exactly.
believe it, I mean, you know what? But fine, unsub from my channel and go follow her, because I'll tell you this right.
True. Ew, his feet. Ah, there we go.
Now,
I'm gonna look at
if
this
that's
screen and watch
if-
the video.
I need better followers than that. Like if you really believe her bullshit, please.
You need
do.
better haters too.
Yeah. Well, I have good.
Wait, but I thought he's dealt with better haters and trolls than me. Didn't he say that in the video?
Haters. I got haters that will try to put me in fucking jail. So
Yeah.
maybe I should be thanking them. Thank you for keeping me on my toes, Destiny. Thank you for keeping me on my toes, Brittany Venti.
You're welcome. With you spreading all of this false information, lying to your audience, which this is clearly not the first time, as I've covered in the first video, you should be on your toes because this is how the internet works.
Because this is the criminality you will sink to.
Criminal
just to bring
trolling.
someone down, just to
Trolling levels, absolutely criminal.
silence them. And as I said, it's not enough to make you shut up. They have to put you in fucking jail. So when we talk about, if you're going to talk about like how Andrew,
These women are so manipulative. Those hoes, they're all bad and manipulative. Anyway, buy my book. All 5 of them.
Tate,
Don't you see how legitimate I am? How good at research I am? That I get trolled multiple times.
fucking Tristan Tate, and they're gonna talk about the Matrix and all this other shit. You know what the Matrix is? It's fucking Destiny. It's fucking Lauren, and it's fucking Brittany Venti, and anybody following the rest of these people who are laughing.
We're the not the Matrix boogeyman. Did he even watch the first video? Because he responded to it. Did he not watch it? There's literally a part in the first video where I'm like, oh, it's the Matrix. They blame any criticism on the Matrix. He actually did it again. Oh my god, that's so embarrassing. Hold on, let me pull it up really quick. Just so we're all on the same page here. You guys are the fucking Matrix, okay? Hold on. Here we go. The Matrix. They're coming to get ya. Rampant in these parts. And worst of all, the Red Pill Manosphere has co-opted my favorite movie, The Matrix. Which is why criticizing them is met with their response of, everyone I don't like is part of the Matrix. Even if... Predictable. Absolutely predictable. You fell right into my trap. Activated my trap card. Oh my goodness. Oh, sorry guys. Flashed his foot again. He really needs to get those things clean. They really are tough to look at. Like, I know I got some flip-floppers.
Yucking it up.
I know I literally have some stompers, some rapid thumpers, okay? But, you know, I keep it tidy. I get my pedicures. I don't know what he has to do. He's got to do something, okay? He's got to do something. Because it's not even like, oh, it's a medical issue. Like, no, he just, like, it's clearly like a hygiene thing for him. It's not like, oh, he has like a missing toe or like a health issue. No, like literally.
You want to go to
politics
Supers?
of personal destruction, and you need to be aware of it. And
I'm gonna call the cyber police, and we're gonna backtrace it. We're gonna get you in trouble. You need to be aware of the dangers of trolling on the internet.
that's the best way I can put it. So, by the way, so if you're going to put these people, you're going to give them a public platform.
He's so mad. He is seething at the idea that we would get on podcasts that he can't now. Like, because this is a blow to his ego. He can't handle it. He can't handle not being popular. Like, he wants to be popular so bad. It's not about like, oh, this is a job type of thing. Like, no, this is an ego thing. Like, you know how when people say that they want to be famous, he's one of those people. It's not like, oh, he wants like the benefits of it that everyone would want, right? Like the money and access to certain things that would improve your life, your quality of life. No, he literally just wants the ego stroke of being known by people. That is a red flag. If you find people that say that they want to be famous in the sense of like, they just want people to know who they are, major red flag. And that's exactly how he acts. He's like, I'm not going to get to go on the podcast and they will. These are the people you're platforming that aren't me. It's because they didn't read my books and troll me. And then the bros in the background was like, yeah, man. Yeah, I saw it. It was legit. Yeah, bro. His hype man. His hype girlies at the gossip table. Yeah, man, you're so right.
People are probably going to ask you guys, hey, I want to have Destiny.
Like he had to get his support group, guys. That is how terminally bruised his ego is. He had to get a support group. Like, this guy over here is not even saying anything, okay? He's just there for support. He literally has his little support group going for his ego to heal.
On my show, I want to have him talk about this or that or whatever. Understand, this is what he's capable of. This is what these people are fucking capable of.
We're capable of sending a troll email? Oh my god.
So understand what you're doing. Like, they're disingenuous.
This is what they're capable of. They're capable of pulling shenanigans online. Don't you know that? Have me on your podcast.
Bad faith actors. And I mean, and they're bad actors to begin with, but they're just fucking.
But he wasn't this whole time? Having no proof, spreading information about me? But he's a good faith actor, though. Asking for someone's revenge corn and then threatening to spread it. That's a good faith actor if I ever saw one.
In bad faith.
I'm going to jail.
They shouldn't have it on. You know what they used to say is don't wrestle with the pigs.
I'm bad
you know
faith
why?
actor. Yeah. That's my charge. That's what I'm going to get charged with on my police report.
Exactly, because they're going to pull you down in the shit and the mud and roll around, win, lose, or draw. They don't care. They just like to live in the shit and the mud.
They're like kamikazes.
Oh, there he is. There's his support.
Well, yeah, exactly. They don't,
There's
and they
his
don't
yes
care
man.
because they know that.
Ugh, I'm so upset. They literally don't care about me. I'm Rollo Tomasi. Don't you know I wrote 5 books? They literally don't care. It's okay, babe. It's okay. You're worth more than him. Okay, you're worth more than them. They ain't shit. You're such a queen. They don't know your true value, queen. They don't know your worth. It's okay, queen. They don't deserve you.
Let me see if I can put the
God, he's very rational. Very
final
rational
period
here.
on all this, and then we'll read the super chats. Is that pathological personalities attract other pathological personalities?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
And there's never been
Not the yes men. Not the
more
yes
fertile
men.
ground for that connection to be made than social media. So you get these little cults of personality and these
You mean like his? He's literally describing his own channel.
brands of personality that are based on the most dominant pathological voice
feed
amongst
off each
all.
other,
Yeah,
yeah.
the pathological personalities orbit around the most dominant of them all, right? And so they create communities, they create these little tribes, they create these things. Well, they're us versus them, one of us, right? It's
His
a self-perpetuating, self-reinforcing, and
literally his cult.
So the worst thing you can tell,
And as you could tell, and if you don't believe me, okay, you're still somehow not convinced. I'm just gonna give you a quick sample for the people who are just like too lazy to go watch the videos, and you're here right now. Okay, this is one of his simps. I hope the FBI, unless they're trolling, of course. I hope the FBI is watching. I've been tagging them all day about this, and I'm inclined to believe that this is a simp because they have a lolly as their profile pic. I'm inclined to not believe that they're a morally great person, touching themselves to animated pictures of children. But usually they do when they have it as their profile pic. So, yeah. Cancel culture, huh? But he hates that cancel culture. But this is his cult. This is what they do. The FBI is watching. I tagged them. I called the cyber police this morning. My dad works at the FBI. So, you want to talk about a cult. That's a cult. George can do no wrong. That's the definition of a cult. They look at him like he's a god. They call him Godfather. They have interim terminology. They have like a rebirth. I went over it in the first video, why it's a cult. But he's literally describing his own following. He flat out lied to them, to their face. I gave proof that you cannot dispute. Yeah, it is self-reporting, Sean. I gave proof that you cannot dispute that he lied about having my nudes on stream to his audience. He said, I have them. They're gross. I'm going to send them around possibly. Does this YouTuber want her revenge corn that I don't know how old she is? Do they want the potential CP? He didn't have it. He literally lied to his audience flat out. He lies to you guys. He is not here for your best interest. He's not here to help you. This isn't about, but he says a thing or two that's right. This person lies to you. He doesn't care about you. He constantly shows his book after the reply of every tweet he makes because, just like Anna said, he's like a sad trailer park salesman. He is like trying to you can't get in between people that are very desperate for like how he is. It comes out very bad. Like when you're around people who are trying to survive and they're that desperate, it's like fighting a hobo, right? That's essentially what this is. So he's willing to just lie to them to get that money. He outright lied to you guys, and you're gonna defend him? He lied to you. He does not care about you. Someone that cares about you would not lied to you in that way. It wasn't a white lie to protect you, nothing. He outright lied about the information that he had to try to gossip and get one over a person that's like half his age. So think about that. You don't have to like me, but if you're following this guy, he's your cult
pathological
leader,
personality
that's a recipe for failure. That's not going to end well for
is
you.
no.
At least in
No,
the
your
short
world
term
is
of you
full of
watching
shit.
him.
No, you're here. I'm going to challenge your viewpoint. And by the way, that goes for Destiny. That goes for Nick Fuentes. That goes for Pearl. That goes for Lauren Southern and Brittany Venti and all the rest of these people as well. You tell them no. You break that reality distortion bubble that they have around them, and their whole world starts to be questionable. And
Isn't that literally what happened to him yesterday with him having a mental breakdown on Twitter because his ego got bruised? Hey, look who showed up. I still can't pronounce your name. I've heard it so many times I still mess it up. Coves. They're a great channel about analyzing beauty. I watch them. You guys should check them out. Rolo is the grandfather of the podcast bros. He thinks so. He thinks so. Coves, give like a quick okay, so do you analysis for like George here. So like, right, he wears the do-rag because visually it adds more contrast to his face, and like because he has white hair under it and it makes him look more dead. I'm pretty sure that's why he wears the do-rag. It's because like not only the hairline factor, that it could be hiding the hairline thinning, but also it like visually makes his face look smaller, so he's trying to look younger by doing that and adding more contrast to his face because you lose pigmentation as you grow older. That's my theory for why he wears it. Let me know if you agree. He wears the do-rag because he's geriatric and out of touch. That too. Put your do-rags on, guys.
they lose that good feeling. They lose the positive reinforcement for that.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to fast forward to this part where he lied again. It was around here.
Paul. Rolo, remember their attempts failed to get you banned. The plan B attempt is to discredit you and the red pill.
Which is exactly, but I should thank you for pointing that out. I should point this out too, is that in the aftermath of all this, people are going to go, aren't you the vasectomy guy? Aren't you the guy that asked for nudes? That's because that's going to be what's going to happen after this. Because what happens is if you have a narrative and you're trying to push it out there, it's just about repeating.
Yeah, a narrative that you literally will be willing to lie over directly and intentionally to mislead people.
Repeating it over and over and over again.
Yeah.
I still, this day, people go, hey, man, weren't you the vasectomologist?
He hates being held accountable for his own actions. He cannot stand it. This is very feminine behavior. Like, obviously, gossiping.
Viral
is
Short
too.
says,
when you look
now
at those gals, it's not a bad idea, though.
Go ahead.
Viral Short says, now the gaslighting Brittany gave her audience was that you were begging for her pictures. You kept coming back from pictures.
I read
which we proved earlier in the stream. If you rewind it, he asked for my nudes, my revenge corn, hypothetically 30 times.
Single exchange.
And you know what? I showed the email.
Now.
I showed the email, the whole email list on my stream last night.
I'm sorry you had to see that.
Where was I? Like, where in that chain am I begging for them? And by the way, here's another.
Where in the chain are you begging for them? Oh, I can answer that. I can answer that for you. No problem. You mean the 3 times you asked for it? Any dirt you have would be greatly appreciated. Implied nudes here. Because I mentioned I have nudes, but I didn't offer them. You can read the email. Okay. Hold on, let me move my camera. I did not offer them. I said I had them. Okay. And then you scroll down. Oh, any dirt would be greatly appreciated. Implied there, right? Then he double texts and says, do you still have the nudes that Mason sent you? Okay. Next email. If you have those nudes, they might make a great ace card at some point if you're okay to share them. So that was 3 times at the minimum. And then 4th time here, actually. So 1 implied, 3 times direct. He says, not if she's 17, don't send them. So he's saying still send them if she's not 17. But if you know she is, don't send them. But I trust you, bro. I trust you, bro, who potentially has CP. I trust you. Literally, I trust you, bro. So 4 times. He asked 4 times. I didn't offer initially. He asked. So he's willing to directly lie to you guys even when the evidence is right there in your face. You really don't have to take my word for it. Oh, God.
Another thing that's also part of that false narrative now is like, oh, he asked for it 12 times. No.
4 times to be
I
exact.
just read to you.
You only
the
asked,
exchange.
you asked for it one time after they already offered to give it to you. You're like, hey,
Literally lying, blatantly lying.
do you still have those?
In fact, that was mentioned at the end of her initial.
Oh, look at that eye roll. Ooh, look at that eye roll.
Like, hey, do you still have those?
In fact, that was mentioned at the end of her initial
end.
very
Yes.
long,
Hold on,
build
I gotta
up.
reenact that. That was, it's not true. That was mentioned at the end.
You'll get me to believe that
Because
she
you
was
didn't ask
legit.
for them right away. You were like, nah, no.
And I only,
Man, you didn't ask
I
for
only
'em.
asked to see if they were around
Can
because
this
I had
man
like,
read?
I had guys from the Black Pill community and I had guys from like the MGTOW side. Oh, I should also point this out too. I'm gonna go on, maybe against my better judgment, but I'm gonna go on with Undead Chronic, and I'm gonna go on with
Definitely against your better
I
judgment.
think Stardust
that's
is
for
gonna be
sure.
on this, and I think Angry Man.
But I'm happy to see him roll around his shit a little more. By all means, provide my audience with entertainment, please. No one is stopping you.
And
He's his own
I
person.
know my enemy, my friend, right? But I'm gonna go on with them because
Yeah, literally, he will side with anybody. That he doesn't care about the character. He just cares that they hate the same people. It's not to say that tactic isn't like an effective one. It's just that in his specific case, he literally is willing to side with anybody, no matter how bad they are. And I'm not specifically talking about one person. He actually did this with several people. If you're watching who he retweets, he doesn't care as long as they agree with him, even if they're liars like how he is, and also can't take responsibility and play the blame game. Terracotta Bowens 499 super chat. Talentless Bret Michaels is terrified you're blowing the lid off of his graph. Who listens to the WWE caricatures? Go Venti, go. Yeah, everyone keeps saying he's Bret Michaels. That's what I thought too because of the do-rag. A lot of people don't know who Bret Michaels is. Bret Michaels is he was kind of like Flavor Flav. He had a reality TV show where a bunch of girls are competing for his love. It was one of those like trashy but like guilty pleasure watch reality shows where it's so bad that it's good. It wasn't as good as Flavor Flav, but it was one of those shows back in the day in the golden age of reality TV.
they want to talk about this as well, and because they're the ones who have had like a beef with like Lauren Southern for a while, I agreed to do it.
Who did? No Jumper?
My enemy, my friend, right? But I'm going to go on with them because they want to talk about this as well, and because they're the ones who have had like a beef with like Lauren Southern for a while. I agreed to do it. Again, like I said, maybe against my better judgment, but hopefully things come out. I'm going to do this tomorrow, probably from this studio if I can. But I'll go. I promised him I'd go on. Was it Undead Chronic's show?
He's trying to feel popular. He's like, I got invited onto a podcast.
Okay.
People are noticing me.
Undead Chronic was actually the one that said, "Are there actually nudes out there?" He was actually asking me if there was, So.
Oh God, he already like simped for me on Nick Rekida's stream about Jack Murphy. Like after I left, he was like, "Oh, Brittany's titties," like cooming about it. Like he literally simped for me, and then he started shit talking me when he found out Sean and I were dating. He had like a melty. So like this is the guy's stream that he's talking about that he's gonna go on, by the way.
Yeah.
He's literally like Orbiter's remorse. Like he had all that time to say something to me on Rekida's stream and he didn't. He had made like a whole stream dedicated to why I'm horrible like 2 days prior to that stream, and he didn't say anything, not at all. And he literally simped for me before he left and purposely tried to make it so I leave first so he could be like, her titties, I like her titties, before he left Nick Rekida's stream, the one from I think last year. So this is that's whose stream he's going on. This like person that's been very like obsessive over Sean And Sean, and he lied several times too. Like, he claimed I had mental disorders, that, like, he did the same thing Rolo did, where he just believed internet rumors and then proceeded to spread a bunch of lies, like about mental illness. Like, I think he called me bipolar, things like that, made a bunch of crazy accusations that he probably like saw online and believed or whatever. So he's another person that's not very honest with their information and just believes anything they see. So that's why they're working together. It's birds of the same feather flock together. Who? I'm talking about Undead Chronic. He sent for me and now he's like seething because I'm dating Sean. It's really sad. Like, he had all that time to say something to me. He could have even said it in like a respectful way on Ricada's show, and he didn't. He made a whole gossiping stream about me 2 days prior. All these gossip girls, I'm telling you guys, they just sit around and like act like women and then talk about masculinity and how all these hoes are ruining their lives and like demonizing women because they themselves aren't masculine enough to actually hold a decent one or attract a decent one. That's why you're getting all the trash women, if any at all. Dexter's J49 super chat. Lol, why did the guy in the glasses looks like he's the one who started the NPC trend? Great work, Brittany. The one who's in the glasses, him? He looks kind of like a caricature. Apparently Sean, didn't you say this guy was a fan of you? Nobody said anything about me leaving the manosphere until I got a GF. Literally incel behavior from the creators. Yeah, and it's very cult. This is why I call it a cult. Because, like, you're not allowed to leave the crap bucket. You're not allowed to, and I'm sure George here knows it too, because he talked about it I brought it up in the first video, I believe, where he says that, oh, he gets crap for, I don't remember if I put it in the video or not, but there's a clip from the Lawrence Southern debate where he says he gets crap for having a wife and he can't win. Like, oh, you can't be part of Manosphere and have a wife. It's like, yeah, because this is a cult. It's a crap bucket and you're not allowed to crawl out. You have to stay in the crap bucket. You have to stay miserable so that they can make money off of you. And it's like the blind leading the blind. They're not actually masculine. They're not actually attracting women that are beautiful and good people. They're attracting retarded hoes, essentially. And that's why they complain about women so much, because it's what they're attracting nonstop. So that's their perception of women. So if you leave the crab bucket, well, now you're not one of us. Now you betrayed us because you went and got laid. Okay, you went and started dating. You went and got a girlfriend. Oh no. And it's like, oh, but you don't get it. She's online, so it's different. No, it's any case. In Rolo's case too, he talked about it. His wife's not online. It doesn't matter if they're online or not. They just don't want you to leave the crab bucket because then they don't make money anymore. It's like all these pyramid schemes. Jack Murphy, Andrew Tate, George with his cult too. They're all the same. They need their cult followers so that they can be a cult leader. Don't fall for it. They're brainwashing you. Because like, and it's disguised under like, oh, they said one or two right things about masculinity. Therefore, I'm going to follow them, believe everything they say, and defend anything they do. They can do no wrong. That's a cult.
Are there actually nudes out there? He was actually asking me if there was,
Creep. Undead Chronic's so creepy.
According to Mason, there were.
So will you go on Rakita Law streams? I like to see you talk to him and Drex.
I don't know who those are.
And Drex?
Yeah, Drex.
They accused me, Sean said, they accused me of dating, bragging about dating Brittany after they spent months trying to push me to say that we were dating. Yeah, I know. There's just so much to cover with how many lies that they said that's the problem about that. It's like you have to sit down and like debunk every little thing, which Sean did address a lot of it in his stream, but it didn't really matter. Because they don't care about the truth. They care about their cult and the lies and creating this picture that people want to look at, right? Because that's how they make their money. Read the message before, Brittany.
I only know.
Literally, I said I'm not part of the manosphere a bunch of times, well, over a year prior to this whole event, and they only make us think about it when I said Brittany and I were dating. Yeah, I know. It's true. It was a long period of time in between that. Rola's married. Yeah, George is married with a kid that's like in her 20s.
Rakita Law through Andrew Esquire, I think. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not familiar enough, but if they want to reach out to me, I'm open to it. Well, what are we going to talk about? I don't. This whole thing. I'll be happy to talk about it if this is what you want to do.
Rolo, are you going to sue her, or this is just words? Nothing going to happen.
Okay. What am I good? What would I sue her for? I could go and make a police report. I could certainly do that.
Oh,
Yeah.
what would I sue her for? Well, that's so interesting. Wasn't he saying how I'm liable for like defamation and all that? Receipts in the second video, the one that just came out. Wasn't he? Oh my God, I'm gonna sue her. He doxed and all this. Oh my goodness. Where'd that energy go? Oh, there's nothing to sue for? It's almost like there's nothing to make a police report over either. And let me add really quick, if George does make a police report, which I think the other guy, his simp, did, you are no better than a swatter, essentially, on principle, because you are trying to mess up somebody's life for something that you know isn't true. You are wasting police time and effort and resources that could actually go to be helping someone who is doing that crime, helping the victim. But you're wasting police time and resources for your little internet vendetta because you got trolled. That's very immoral. Very immoral. Like, since when did this become okay online that people that people will mass support? Because this isn't, I'm not talking about George in particular with like the masses. It's like he's like literally crying because he doesn't have enough people buying his book. But I've seen this time and time again where people do things that deplatform and then claim they're pro free speech after like copy striking or crying about them, saying like, hey, here's what happened with this person, here are the facts. Even though like it's in this, like for example, my videos, it's like, hey, this person's a hypocrite, here's why, and they're causing this damage. They don't like criticism. Like if you criticize them, so not in the sense of how George is like just, oh, he just wants to gossip and there's really no point to it. Like he is enabling this whole thing, like, and so are other people in the manosphere. They are enabling this very immoral thing where they go around and do the same thing of the people that they're criticizing and censorship tactics and acting like woke feminists, that they're like, oh, look at these entitled, dumb woke feminists, but they're acting exactly like them. They think they're entitled to beautiful women who have good personalities. They think that they're too picky for not picking them. That's why they're upset. And they think that they're entitled to not be talked about, that they're above everyone else, that you're not allowed to criticize them. So they will take you down by any means necessary, whether that's deplatforming you, like copy striking, or how George said with like, he'll say no words to purposely get you banned off YouTube. If you have someone on he doesn't like at the same time as him. It's just a thing I keep seeing, that people will support that. They see that like out in the open, like Fresh and Fit, App and Preach, how they copy struck them, right? Unfairly. They will continue to support people that do that. Back in the day, that was career ending. Like you could not have a career and do that. Back when H3H3 was like opening the whole thing about like free speech, back then, when there was actual support against that, you could not get away with that. You couldn't get away with deplatforming people, at least not for long. Your career would be over. But now it's like, oh, it doesn't matter because they have the same bias I do. So it's okay if they actually ruin people's livelihoods. It's actually okay if they spout libel against people maliciously because they just personally don't like them. And there's no point. Like, is he making an interesting constructive video that like highlights a point at all? No, he's just gossiping the gossip because he's a gossip girl. So that's what they do. And people will support it. Like, not most people with a good head on their shoulders don't, but there's still like more support for this now and these behaviors and tactics than there were back in the day. You couldn't get away with that back in the day, deplatforming people. Your career would be over. And now it's like, oh, but you know what? He said that women ain't shit, so it's actually fine. Because I too can't get women, or I too agree that women are too entitled because that's all I attract is crappy women. And or assume that they're all like that. But then if the other gender does that, oh, well, you're a crazy feminist, right? So there's been a little bit of a paradigm shift with that, and it's very unfortunate to see, because we wouldn't have the internet we have today if we didn't have protection for free speech and anti-censorship. Yet these people pretend to be it, but they go around doing this. Like, there is a difference between a takedown, like when you're copy striking someone and it's legitimate. There's times where it is legitimate and not transformative, and then there's times where it's not. Same thing with the other rules. These people just do it to, like, oh, I don't like this person, so I want to remove them. I want to silence them. I want to silence their criticism on the internet. Donovan sat there and ad hominem attacked.
And I would definitely.
Sorry, Gusta Janice during a debate because she didn't like Fresh and Fit, and then before the stream talked about how moral he was, how he wasn't going to. Yeah, George did the same thing. I'm not going to talk about this gossipy email that I got. I'm above that. Literally 3 minutes later, starts talking about it. That's in the first video. Takara Bowens, $9.99 super chat. Please do a review of Common Sense Skeptics Tate's speech Matrix of Lies video. The amount of lies they debunk is mind-blowing, but at least Tates are charming grifters like Grandpa RP. I saw the one of What Do You Mean? His was good. Willie Maxwell also did a good takedown, a few of them now, about Andrew Tate lying interviews, including to Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson. I've seen from, like, What Do You Mean? And Willie Max show as well, I think. Sorry, it all kind of blurs together. But yes, it's nice to see that people are finally waking up to that. $5 Australian from Clo, your voice of reason. Britt, love you and you're a queen. How does the bimbo end up being the voice of reason? Isn't that kind of sad? Like, the troll ends up being the voice of reason. It goes to show where we're at, I think. Bismic2, $20. Finessed. Thank you. Actually, I'm a manipulative whore. I finessed you for that money. Clo, $2 Australian. Thank you. Lachlan, $2 Canadian. What do you think? Who do you think has stinkier feet, Eliza or him? I don't want to think about that. Dextrose. I read that one. Dan Holland, £5 super chat. Thank you. It's great value, Macho Man and Chris Jericho. Oh my god. They actually do look like caricatures. Joe Hall, $4.99. Why don't you read my chats? I haven't gotten to it yet. Thank you. Bullet in my beard. 11 pound. Oh, sorry. Euros. I've been following you in the past and recently rediscovered you again, like your content. The last time I donated to you, you had a dildo stuck to your head in GTA. Go, 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 girl. Get him. Yeah, those were good times. Takara Bowens, $4.99. I read that one. Let's see. John Amat, $5 super chat. I met a tough guy. Look different from these two. But they look like caricatures of tough guys. They look like they're trying to be tough, but they're not. That's the impression I get from this. It's like a costume. Like, it's not natural on them. They're not in their essence, fashionably. Don, $1.99 super chat. Watch Access Vegas. I'll drop super chat about Trollo. Brittany, Access Vegas is a show that's coming on right now. I don't care. Joe Hall, $19.99. People caring shouldn't matter. It's what you do when you leave the house. Wait, what is that in regard to? Thank you for the $19.99 though. The Dashing Rogue, $1.99 super chat. It's a Gnostic cult. And then another one from Bullet in My Beard. Thank you. I don't know why it repeated so many times. John, $2 super chat. New Venti OF feed account. People took me seriously when I said I had OnlyFans. Like, I literally explained, like, yeah, I have pictures of my cats, like my pussy, and my cats literally were on there. And I got in like the top 10% of creators by trolling. And people literally thought that, like, I was the OnlyFans girl because of that. It's like, oh my god, do you think that women just have no sense of humor ever? Takara Bowens 999. Imagine being the grandfather of the red pill, leader of rational males, yet melting down like a 10-year-old girl after being trolled for gossiping. Like a 10-year-old girl. Literally embarrassing. Yeah, this is the most embarrassing thing to happen in a while, for sure. Joe Hall 1999. People that want to be famous are Lucifer type mindset, but if somebody is being reasonable or okay, people troll me for my income all the time. Wait, what do you do? I'm curious now. Lachlan, $2 Canadian. How many wedgie swirlies has this guy received? I don't know. Type your numbers in chat. The Dashing Rogue 199 Super Chat. George thinks he's in high school. I don't think boys in high school gossip like this, to be honest. I think the girls do. Odelia Brown, $5 Canadian. Those muscles are wasted on him. How do you look like a roided twinkle? Grandma needs to take his meds and lie down beforehand. Gives out. Isn't he on TRT? I don't know if that's true. Tucker M, $10 Super Chat. I personally find it off-putting when someone proclaims themselves as a savior of a particular demographic or ideology, especially when their rhetoric sounds like complaining and whining. Yeah, it's very culty. Jess, hey Jess, $5 Super Chat. Sir, please do not mention your toes when they look like that. Hi, Britt. Again, I apologize everyone for the toes, for his nasty, dirty tooties. I'm sorry. $5 Super Chat from Brazen Brand. Brittany, if you go to jail for bad faith acting, will you show Chris Chan your Sonic shirt? Yeah, that'll keep me safe in prison because I'll be like, listen, defend me. I'm on your side. You see that? I'm one of you. I'm autistic. Little Sausage, $10 Canadian. Great job. Have some bimbo bucks. They're colorful and worth 70 cents on the dollars. Oh, so they're Canadian? Ozymandias. Welcome, Simple Simp. Oh, hey, Lauren. $20 Canadian from Lauren Southern. Sorry I couldn't make it tonight, Queen X. I know. It would have been fun, but I think you should do what's best. Like, you guys don't understand. George has not helped. Like, he thought he was helping Lauren Southern's ex. He's not. I'll leave it at that. He's really not. Really, really dumb for doing that. Makes me question, like, what kind of lawyer that guy has. $20 from Lurid Silence. What are the chances he does full stop and take the L and apologizes? It's too late for that at this point, honestly. He already dug his grave, and he clearly isn't a good person, and he talks about bad faith actors, ironically enough. Do you think his audience will accept it? Would you? Just curious. Great troll, though. Thanks for the laughs. I don't think he is capable of a genuine apology, and he's shown it through his actions, that he's willing to just lie and double down and threaten, have his simp make a police report. Allegedly, he made a video, like, calling the Dallas police for CP that doesn't exist, and trying to, I'm gonna sue her. Like, I think this is beyond redemption, to be honest, and nor do I think it would be genuine. End Times Memes, $9.99 Super Chat. Thank you. Ahana Kautar, $199 Super Chat. He's like the male version of a trigger feminist. Exactly. Gnome Chump Stinny, $2 Super Chat. We need a strong black woman like you, Destiny. Well, I do got my do-rag on. Matthew Self, $10 Super Chat. Found the shirt for $12 on Mercury website. Really? Lucky. Well, I got mine a while back. Maybe it's a new listing. You're lucky. Dan Holland, £5. Nacho Man Handy Grabbage. Daughter of Palestine, $5. Are you ever going to release skincare makeup tutorial on your Saturday channel? Also, make sure to like the stream to make Rolo Bros mad. Venti Nails. Yes. Skincare makeup tutorial? I don't know. Maybe. But, like, not in the near future, because I'm kind of focused on this channel. This video not getting monetized kind of set me back. But it's okay. I need to have like videos ready to go and then spare time to be able to do like makeup tutorial type of thing. I keep it pretty simple, to be honest. I just follow the shape of my eye and do like very like natural, simple makeup based on like basic math. Like, you know, you line up your eyebrows like that, and then like you follow the shape of your eye for the eyeliner, and follow the shape of your natural lips. My lips are annoying to draw, so like I don't do like the full like lip liner makeup thing because I can't. Lachlan, $2 Canadian. I'm thinking at least 500 swirlies, not exaggerating. Jack Steele, 1999, super chat. Great work on your new video. You and Shuanhead have been dominating red pill space. Good work destroying these stupid grifters. Full support. Thank you. You know, and here's the thing. These lol cows, it's pretty rare that they actually like gain self-awareness and like improve. I think Shuanhead is a good example of someone who actually got her life in order and like actually improved herself. And you have to give it to her, because I really don't see that often. It's incredibly rare. It's like a personality type usually with these people, that it's like the self-obsession and the lack of self-awareness and willing to double down even when you're caught. These are very common attributes for lolcows, and blaming other people for your actions. For example, a common one for women, lolcows, female ones, are like if they posted their own nudes like to the public, but if you bring it up, they have like a melty and then claim it's revenge porn. So obviously in the case of George, it was revenge porn because these wouldn't have been public. These would be like revenge porn that he doesn't even know the age of, right? So women, especially when they're lolcows, love to play victim. They like specialize in that. I will say that that's something I've noticed. Obviously, it doesn't only pertain to women, case in point, but it's a common attribute. I think I read all of the super chats now. Dragonblade79 has been a member for 3 months. Your videos are very well researched, presented while being objective in view. Academia should take note. Yeah, let me go put on my collared shirt. Dirt, $5 super chat. You have 3 times the viewers as Rolo live right now, and he has about 20 people on his panel. Enough said. Also, June still lolcal DDLG BTFO. Yeah, but she stopped posting like that whole like kinky thing and all that. She did improve a lot, and she has actually like good morality and does acknowledge the things that a lot of people don't talk about too. So I give her credit. Graham Paltican, $4.99 super chat. Great job. Put this toward the legal defense. Well, you heard him. He has no legal defense. He doesn't have anything to sue me for.
A police report, I could certainly do that.
Yeah.
He's gonna file a police.
I mean, I would definitely. What is defamation of character?
He's gonna file a police report. The cyber police.
Do that.
Yeah.
Civil damage.
I mean, I would definitely.
Because it's
what is defamation of character?
Well, it could be defamation, but I don't like. I think you're confusing me with John Anthony Lifestyle, because he's the one who like will go and give you cease and desist and like try to hold you for like $150,000.
If anything, what we're gonna do is just
Isabella Live. Thank you for being a member for 19 months. It's really long, like a porpoise, fishy.
report the crime that
I could report it. Yeah,
I would report the crime that we witnessed. That's our civil rights citizenship thing. We got to do that.
It's not like at this point. It's not. It's a criminal act. It's not a civil thing.
We got to do our due diligence of good law-abiding citizens and report crimes.
Right afterwards, Dallas. Hey.
Arrest her! Arrest that criminal! She trolled! Get her! They gotta do their due diligence. Stop. No, they have to do their due diligence by wasting police time that could actually be helping victims. The criminal act of pretending to be someone else on the internet. Criminal act. When you provided like no actual information. So let me get this straight. So if I email someone and I'm like, hey, I heard these rumors about so-and-so. I heard these rumors. Here's some photos of them from in public. Oh, you need to be arrested by the cyber police for trolling. That's a criminal offense. He acts like I like unalive someone. Like that's how he's acting. He's literally putting me in the same spot as like an actual like predator, someone who actually harms someone. Like who got hurt? Who got hurt here? The only answer here is George's ego. That's the only person that got violated here. George, you're self-reporting. You're just telling us how badly you got violated. So that's why you feel like it's criminal, because I criminally violated you on the internet. And so did Lauren Southern. You coping is not a lawsuit case. Your ego being bruised is not a violation of the US law. I would love to see. I would love to see what his lawyer. You know why he's like, I have no case? He probably actually went to the lawyer and they probably laughed him out of the room. That's why he's saying that now. Dank Naked $20 super chat. If anything, couldn't you take legal action against Rolo for spreading lies about yourselves to get tack kill your character? Yeah, like I said in the video. If anything.
We gotta call that same dude is what we should
Fool
do.
me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you. People focus so much on the W's and who takes the L when these are lives being involved. Crazy.
Yep.
Oh, now the W's and L's don't matter. He was all gloating before, like, I have her revenge corn. I got one. How do you like them apples? But now it's, oh, the internet. They're just so toxic and focusing on who takes the W's and L's. He was gloating about how he took the W before. But now it's, oh, that doesn't matter. Convenient. Very convenient.
Yep. And then what is some advice for guys with trust issues? Don't trust bitches like Brittany Venti.
I don't know, maybe I'm just like old and bitter here, but
True.
when people like hit me up on email or they ask me stuff, I always have to kind of like, is this guy for real? You know, I'm always like that.
Good, as it should be.
As it is. But I told you as well, Glenn, I said, this is why we are very selective with who we work with.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The most selective, man. It's called being in a cult. Hazel Wormwood, $10 super chat. Thank you for this public service and doing it so hilariously. Well done. Thank you. While Cameron, $2 Canadian, WYR look like Rolo or smell like Goodwill? What would you rather? I'd rather smell like Goodwill, probably. Because he probably already smells like Goodwill anyway. If I had to guess, by those feet. By those tooties. Those little dirty tooties we've had to witness. Apocalypse. That's literally how they spelled it. Apocalypse. $2. Found you on App and Preach. Have not looked back. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you to App and Preach for directing people to my content. I would love to see them react to this troll. I think it'd be funny to see them react to it because it's so ridiculous. Dank Naked, $20. Oh, you read that one. And then $5 from Shadow Humor Crab People. Thank you. Joe Hall to $19.99. I'm near San Francisco, but you are sad. Is that supposed to be like you're really sad because you're in like a place where there's a bunch of human feces everywhere? Did you guys see that? There was like an app and people started reporting the human feces and the whole map turned brown. Okay. I'm up to date. There we go. We're at 131.
Yeah. Because the people who like want to be there, they love you to death and they want to be part of your thing. They want to be in your family and they want to be part of your projects and shit like that. Then, you know, they turn into somebody else later on.
There's no substitute for in real life role.
No,
you know?
no, not at all.
I
It's
mean,
like
if you're doing this stuff, FaceTime these people, get them on video, meet them.
It's gotcha. It's gotcha fucking content.
You know, man, you just can't believe those internet people. They're dangerous. I had to call the cops on one once.
Well, you know,
it's just
like
blood sports on a bigger
like
scale.
People need to realize like you can't get away with bullshit like this.
He encourages blood sports all the time.
This is a legal issue, and this is a criminal act. And you know what? If if the guys are
You
listening,
can't just throw words out there and not say how it's criminal. So they actually, there's no way they actually believe that someone saying as a troll for a video that they're like, would they want hypothetical CP, like CP that doesn't exist, that's a criminal act. They're being like, ironically enough, because they're talking about bad faith actors, I think they're just being bad faith actors, and they're purposely trying to waste police resources to inconvenience me because he's mad I criticized him.
they're watching. If a girl says, hey,
officer, arrest that girl with autistic shirt. Arrest the girl with the Sonic
let me
shirt.
send you some nudes, yo, be hesitant in receiving them.
Never. Just don't. Just out of hand. Just don't.
Oh, actually, that's good advice.
Yo,
I'm
be
shocked.
hesitant in receiving them.
Never. Just don't. Just out of hand. Just don't.
No, just say,
Wow, he actually learned his lesson about revenge porn, about committing a crime, trying to get revenge porn. If it were real, it would be a crime. But he literally tried to commit a crime. He tried to get my revenge porn, asked for it about 4 times, and now he learned his lesson. Oh, guys, don't take a revenge porn. I've learned my lesson now. Good. He should learn his lesson. You guys should. That's good advice. Don't accept random news on the internet for multiple reasons. The dumbest thing you could do.
be hesitant in receiving them.
Never. Just don't. Just out of hand. Just don't.
No, just say, I'd rather see you naked in person.
Wow, I accidentally influenced people to stop sending news. This is a good thing.
You have blocks. I mean, who here hasn't received nudes from girls? They
Don't
just
send dick
randomly-
pics. Don't accept
randomly
nudes.
come, and it's like
See her live
okay.
right in front of you. Yeah.
He's been cleansed.
All right, we got another
He's been cleansed of his degeneracy.
one. Rolo, thank you for being a great influence in my life. This is the best time to give us a
Where are we at? 132. Here we go.
Of the irrational move.
Yeah.
I think it's jealousy. RP content creators are starting to look like rock stars and being efficient in helping men. They're not in the club and they hate it.
Yeah.
Not the YJJ. He really just pulled the "you're just jealous" card. I swear to God, every time I cover a LOL account, whether it be female or male, they pull the "you're just jealous" card. They love doing that one. Oh my goodness. Yes. But what do I have to be jealous of? I have my own do-rag right here. What is there to be jealous of? That I didn't get trolled
Well,
on the
I mean,
internet?
then again, the most, as I said
Severely?
back in December of last year, by August, and here we are, the man, you're not going to be
Everyone in chat, you're just jealous. You're jealous of George's do-rag.
able to recognize the manosphere.
'Cause he
And
tied it
we don't
right.
really recognize the manosphere because
Just-
everything right now that used to be sort of red pillish content is now red pill adjacent, or it's not, they don't want to have anything to do.
They're not the real red pillars like me. I'm the realist. It's like the reality TV show where it's like, at the end of the day, these hoes are fake. I'm the real one. They're going to get sent home because I'm the real one. I keep it real. Pro tip, people who brag about how they keep it real over and over, they tend to be the fakest ones.
do with it, and it's really takedown videos, or it's reaction videos, or it's hustlers, or they're just there's no
Will anybody
honest.
pay
there's just something about
$1,000 for his time after this? I'm curious. He's got quite the cold. I'd love to see it. Love to see what moron would do that.
Cancel culture is not just for the woke; it's for Gen Z and these little children who are, by the way, are very efficient at it. Who anyone else? I feel bad for people who actually would get into something like this and actually fall for this shit. I fell for it. Yeah, I did for enough of it, but I'm glad I didn't fall for all of it because
Oh my God, he's coping. Yeah. Oh my God, this for Gen Z, this cancel culture. Not me though. Not me, George. I would never try to cancel someone by threatening them and trying to intimidate them, to silence them, and threaten to leak their revenge porn. Not me though. Or how I threatened to copy strike someone because they used me in a thumbnail. I George would never do that personally. And you know what? At the end of the day, it is what it is. I'm the realest bitch
I wouldn't be
here.
having this conversation right now or doing this show right now because my show would be canceled, and or I would be in some way implicated in some sort of like sex crime because of fucking Brittany Venti.
Dude, you would be implicated in a sex crime due to your own actions. I don't know why he's like, yeah, I fell for it. Anyway, let me blame Brittany again. So masculine. So alpha. That's very alpha male of him to blame women all the time. And his toenails are painted or just me. I don't know. I don't want to look at them anymore. I was going to share revenge corn, but I'm glad she didn't out me as a pedo. Rollo. Literally. $5 super chat from John. Georgina, Mono Granny looks like Commissioner Jim Gordon did math instead of the Academy. Hazel Wormwood, $10. Oh yeah, I read that one. And Patrick Mulligan, what caused you and Destiny become gal pals? Hostility and past debates. We debated about the same topic so long. We're just neutral. We're not like gal pals, but I thought it was funny to like take the photo because like knowing he didn't like me, be like, come here, take the photo with me. And then he actually did. I thought that was funny. Will you two and Lauren do content together? I don't know if it's something interesting. Maybe. I've done content with Lauren before.
So,
She won't
gotcha.
be here tonight.
Thank you. All right, what's this last one? Glenn Lawrence. Oh, is that it?
I didn't get shit.
Oh,
Yep, Glenn Lawrence is now the producer,
Mr. Producer.
of my Vegas show. This is, by the way, this is Red One Studios. This is our
Literally threatens a lawsuit. Oh, but listen, I hate that cancel culture though. Like not a legitimate lawsuit, like just because his ego got hurt. Oh, also, there was a part in the stream where he did the same thing I criticized him for in the first video. It was really funny. It's like a bingo sheet.
We're here, and then you forget about what's going on over here.
Well, then of course I'm dead certain that because I already know there has been an ongoing relationship between Destiny and Lauren. I don't know if there's
And everyone
probably
believes
not
you.
now, but certainly in the past, has done enough content with her, is tight enough with her. The rumor, of
If you do content with people, that means you have sex with them?
course, is that from Chud Logic and other people who have like confirmed, they have confirmation. I don't know.
What? Like, he's so pressed about it. Even if it did happen, like, let's pretend Rollo was right and it did happen. Which, obviously, you shouldn't believe anything he says at this point. Like, why would he be so pressed about it? He doesn't know any details. Clearly, he does not know what he's talking about.
But from Chud Logic and other people who have like confirmed, they have confirmation. I don't know for sure. I'm not going to say I know, allegedly. Okay, let me fucking hedge my bets here a little bit. That there has been like an open secret about like Destiny fucking Lauren. Maybe once, maybe twice, maybe they had a relationship.
Oh,
who knows?
You know, in this way, he hasn't learned his lesson.
I've heard other people say that it was something that like Melina had to sort of like drop the hammer on because it was getting too serious with Destiny and Lauren, right? So that might have something to do with it as well. That might be why it was a sore
Still gossiping.
spot for Destiny, not me unknowingly. No,
I'm talking about rumors.
And then the fact that I've got her ex-husband saying exactly this, that there was a child involved. It's not just those medical records. It was the
Maybe the husband fell for the internet rumors like you. Maybe you're both dipshits. You ever consider that?
the information I got from her ex-husband. So, and then also I should also
That's
point
a
out, and this is kind of
no?
again, this is hearsay and all, except for one. I know that she's had, I know she's been intimate with Tommy Robbins in the past.
Oh my
Tommy
God,
Robbins
you're
actually.
he's okay. So like, is he a high schooler? What? Okay, I'm gonna read off your entire sex history that I heard about on the internet that I heard from other people. What do you win from this? What are you getting? Your cult following go, yeah, women suck. Ooh, like, is that what you're getting? This is
admitted
pathetic.
as much on a few podcasts back, and I think
He can't help himself.
January
It's
or
true.
February, right when
Still
Andrew
gossiping.
Tate got
He didn't learn his lesson. Never mind. He
arrested.
didn't learn shit.
And people go, well, what does that have to do with anything? Well, there was also a relationship between Lauren Southern and Andrew Tate. Go look it up. It's on. In fact, it was documented in the Atlantic. So during it was 2020, I believe, is when it was. So, and also confirmed by Tommy Robbins.
Is he like People magazine? Like, you remember back in the day? You remember that magazine? Like this? Remember how for like 20 years it had like Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston on it? Remember this? The tabloid pages. Like when Angelina got in there and they just like published it for like 20 years. This is literally George. He is literally a tabloid magazine cover. That's his journalism. That's how he helps men, by giving them tabloid covers. $2 from Atar's
as well. Don't come to me.
Atarzia Adam. Rolla wanted sizzle. He's the one that got cooked.
Go talk to those guys.
I need
I
a
don't know.
background.
I just fucking work here, man.
One more
The
thing.
Skullet Bros
this
Club?
is a character thing too, though.
Oh,
Think
I
about
didn't even
this.
notice. You're right. Oh my god.
Exposes their character.
Definitely.
I wonder if
This
the
is
background
how
guys were
far they're
on.
willing to go. They're willing to be as deceitful, as manipulative,
months long,
as possible, just to try to take someone down.
Right.
Yeah, just to try to take my queen down. Oh, they're so manipulative. Not you though.
They don't like. Like, do you see the
Literally though, I just work
go?
here.
They're willing to be as character. This is a character thing too, though.
Oh,
think about
definitely.
this. Exposes
Definitely.
their character.
Definitely.
This is how far they're willing.
It exposes your character, that you're willing to lie and spread misinformation.
To go. They're willing to be as deceitful, as manipulative,
Lied about having my nudes
as
to his
possible,
audience.
just to try to take someone
Right.
down
Right.
that they don't like. Like,
He just
do you
works
see
here,
that This is the
guys.
women
It's
that these
fine.
guys are in here that defending are supporting.
God.
Like, guys, this is the kind of women
That's what
you
you're,
want.
yeah, exactly. This is what you're invested in. This is what you're like. Your egos are invested in right now.
No, your egos need to be invested into George's do-rag. They need to be invested into him, okay? Only be with him. Don't get a girlfriend. Don't criticize him. Don't have thoughts of your own. Just be invested in him, or he's going to be
Oh,
mad.
she was
You don't
right. You
donate
were
to
wrong.
his
Fuck, you just
Patreon.
want a fucking win. You just want the fucking blood sport. I'm going to give you the blood sport.
Literally, what were his streams then?
But it ain't going to be what you like.
They need to be right about it.
Uh-oh, that's not going to age well. Every time he says, like, he already said that before and it didn't age well. And he still goes on, like, no humility, no self-awareness. He's still doing
I'll be happy to. So I'm
After
going to
he's
read this last one
humiliated.
here to you. This is one of my my exchanges with
Harlequin 5.99 euros. So proud of OG troll queen of YouTube. Never stop being classy and savage Brit. Cheers from DGG as well. DGG.
with Aaron, her
wait,
ex,
what's DGG?
right after the
Myself.
video. Okay, this was in June 11th. Okay,
But yeah, he literally did the like I just work here bit, and it's same old, same old. £5 from Dan Holland. The white mark and the dude's beer. I wonder how he got that. I don't want to know. Ghetto do-rag. It is ghetto. I'm gonna take it off. Enough of this do-rag. What's crazy is that they don't and will not see the error in their ways. I know. Like, how do you live like that? How do you think it's gonna end well for you living like that? I know evil people get away with things in general, or like immoral behaviors, but like, my hair's, look at this. See, this is why it's ghetto. Do you see how ratchet this is? Like, this is ratchet. Ugh. Where's my hair tie? Messed up my hair for this. Curly hair gets frizzy if you use like cotton instead of silk. So now my hair is frizzy. Look what you did, George. It's all your fault. It's all these modern men always being manipulative and twisting things so that they don't have to take accountability. God damn it. Like, attacked my face immediately after. I hope Granny's watching. I don't care if he is. But yeah, that was quite the ride. I think I went through all of the highlights of what happened with his melty and all the coping and seething that he did. And he continues to just lie. He fears the bimbo. He fears the bimbo power. I mean, I cope too if I was absolutely dunked on. Why not be like humble or like just take the L? like, and realize the error of your ways. How can he be a good husband but have this sort of morality? That's my question. I feel bad for his family, especially with the wife having to deal with him asking for someone's revenge porn on the internet. Oh my goodness. But yeah, he's gonna go and continue. Nothing's gonna stop him from gossiping. He's just never gonna learn his lesson. He's gonna continue to do it, continue to believe anything that suits his bias, and then claim that he promotes the truth. The truth. These people all play the same game. They really do. But thank you guys for, I have to go make food. Thank you guys so much for attending the live stream today. I hope you guys got a few good laughs out of it. You guys, if you appreciate the content, consider leaving a tip through BrittanyVenti.com or on Patreon. Even if you become a $1 patron, it does help, especially times like this where the video didn't get to be monetized, and this was like a 2-month operation of like here and there of doing this. So DGG is Destiny's community. Oh, I don't go on Reddit. I'm not a Redditor. I don't do that sort of thing. I mean, like, I don't judge other... Yes, I do. Never mind. I do judge other people that go on Reddit. Reddit's good for, like, if you have, like, a specific niche, and then that's it. The Woke Credit Union $2 super chat. You lied about getting married. Oh, I didn't... Oh, so we're going through my dating history, too? We're gonna get out the list like how we did Lauren Southern. But yeah, I really appreciate how even people that don't like me were actually honest and put their bias aside for this video and were like, that was a damn good video. I actually do really appreciate that, the people's honesty about that. Because people really, the lesson I've learned from this video is that having a confirmation bias is a hell of a drug. It really is. And it's one of the biggest problems happening right now in these spaces. Is confirmation bias being too strong, and people end up not being willing to actually see things for what they are or accept the truth, but then thinking that they're the truth. MSK Content Entertainment $2 super chat. Do you charge for podcast appearances? Yes, over $9,000 if you want me on. Anyway, with that said, George, you still owe Lauren Southern over $9,000. Pay up, be a man of your word. If he was, you know what, I'll say this. Someone asked earlier if I would accept George's apology. I'll tell you this. I'll accept George's apology when he pays up. When he pays his dues. He owes over $9,000. He bet $10,000 that the rumors he was spouting was real. So when he pays up, that's when I'll accept the apology. Okay? Pay up, George. Pay this black bitch. You owe her. You owe me reparations. Let me get my do-rag back on for that. You owe me my reparations. Yes, I am black. My biological mother was black, and she raised me. Single mom. I just have a Connecticut accent. It's very racist how people are like, you don't speak in Ebonics, therefore you're not black enough. But anyway, have a good night, everyone. Visit Reed Street Soap if you need to wash your ass. Everyone needs soap, so consider going to Reed Street Soap. They have really great smelling soaps that you can read all of the ingredients in the Bare Essentials category. And she's been remaking a lot of the soaps, some really beautiful ones like that one. This one's been a favorite. It's sold out. Not anymore. She made a new batch, but it's sold out pretty quickly. And the blue collar scrub is really good. Everyone loves that one. And then the bimbo bars are the ones that I helped design. So like these ones over here are guys. And there's a new shampoo and conditioner too that you guys can buy that she formulated and has the ingredients here. So you guys should try it. Good night, guys.